So there was a post on the Dota subreddit today about the death of Southeast Asian Dota, and this is something when I was talking to Winter. I'm live, by the way. When I was talking to Winter at a Dream League, he was saying that what killed it was the death of LAN cafes during COVID.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said.
Like, he actually said that. And I was like, oh shit, I hadn't considered that. And I think he even had a LAN cafe. Something like that. Like, he was involved in one somehow.
Probably good business.
Yeah, I mean, it was. But then COVID happened and it all went to shit. Fuck, who can we get? I guess it's just you and me. We'll see if we can find
I mean, I can see if Riley's about.
See if Riley is indeed about.
Or I could get Ruby in.
Get Riley. Get Riley. I don't think Ruby's ready for our level of...
No, she said she prefers to be a spectator.
Yeah.
An NPC, while we, the main characters, carry on.
Who's Bristleback again? B-A-C-H? I'm trying to remember who that is.
It's Jake.
Jake, sorry, I need to add a fucking nickname for him then if he's starting to do this nonsense. As in Jacus the Baby Machine, that's what I've called him.
Yeah.
Jacus Baby Machine. Why is LDC on Dire free eggs? Amos is claiming that LDC on Dire is free eggs.
Oh, there's a different lobby now.
What? What's wrong with this one? I'm in this one.
No, and now I've accidentally blocked Eri. How do I unblock Eri?
You're in the lobby.
No, I know. Block Eri. Unignore user. There we go.
Nice
Yeah,
job,
so I was in the old lobby.
The Ebet Chamel just Zubed for 37 months.
Merci.
Gaima.
Talking Goons against Irrumatio.
We could do the unthinkable and get the big man himself
Who's
right
that?
in here. Well, who do you reckon the big man of the in-houses is?
Eri?
Yeah, we get a little perspective.
I don't know. I don't know if Eri's chat. I don't know if his patter is suitable. He's a quiet lad.
No, he's good. He's good when I've had him on.
Well, chuck him on then. We'll see how it feels after a game. I don't want him to be offended if I decide it's not working. Wow. ESL 1 Berlin Major. Peak viewership 137,000.
Hello?
There he is.
What's going on, boys?
The big man himself. He's going to have some insights.
Plague ditched us. So
yeah, Plague gets ditched us. I think one thing that, we never get a view on in terms of the in-houses is we don't actually know what goes on in all these voice channels.
True.
Is there any drama, any juicy stories? Any
Like
fights
when
happening
AFKs
between...
got in the toilet and couldn't press sides when the coin flip happened. That was about
Interesting. Does it get particularly toxic at any point?
it. Well, Klaus was in a game when the lobby was drafted, so no.
Thank Lord. Well, I guess he's going to be in for a game later.
Right, are we good to go?
Yes.
Then I press button. The coordinator will do it eventually.
Damn, this guy's posting a clip, posted a screenshot post raid where he killed all the bosses in a single escape from Tarkov raid. How the fuck do you do that? I mean, I know it's a special event, so they're all on one map, but that's fucking insane.
I think you just got to be like, as they say, a nerd. I wonder how many attempts it took him to do it. Is it just like first time? He just booted up after a day of work and just did it.
Don't know.
How do you find Jonathan Wick 4, Ted?
I mean, they're stupid movies. But this was
They really are.
They really are. This was very long. I'm going to be honest with you.
It was so long.
It was.
Wasn't it like 3 hours almost?
It was. I think it's 2 hours 50 or something ridiculous like that.
Because I remember the week before I watched John Wick 4, I watched Avatar, the second Avatar, which is like 3.5 hours or some shit. So I was just like puckered out from all these long ass movies.
It was silly because you could see exactly which bit they should have cut.
5 seconds.
And it was the
Yes.
whole bit in the club with that German guy with that poker scene.
Dire team pick.
Cut all that.
Yeah,
Like, that
it could have
whole
gone. I
thing.
think that they were just trying to prove that he was like willing to, like his heart was into this the whatever.
Yeah,
whatever
so
plan
to
he was-
join the Belarusian clan, or whatever, I think
Yeah.
it was Belarusian, they were like, you must do something for us, you must kill a man. But it's like, alright, well, if you're gonna...
And he could have just domied him, but
Could have just
instead,
domied him, but...
we just go through, and the nightclub scene is like lives rent free in my head, like how hilarious it is as like lads are just getting chopped to bits,
Yeah!
and everyone else is like, yeah, woo!
And they're like vibing, and that was like
Yeah.
only at the very end is there
Yeah.
any response from the people where they're like, oh, and then they're all just looking shocked. They're not running. They're just sort of looking surprised. And that character was so weird. Felt like a cartoon
German
character. Yeah, Mrs. F was like,
Yeah.
well, this is another end of level boss. Like it's structured like a video game. The whole movie.
It is. He is definitely a mini boss.
He
that
is
guy.
definitely a mini boss, and it's like how
I like
do
it.
you
All
beat
of a sudden,
so-and-so?
he's just like domying fools. Like I thought he was just like a like a useless guy.
Yeah.
And then he just starts owning everything.
He did like this roundhouse kick, and you think, what is happening?
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Like where's he pulled that one out from?
Yeah, it was weird, and
That was it felt just kind of like a random collection of scenes
it
tossed
did.
together.
Yeah, I thought that
Radiant team.
I don't understand why, like the guy that he has to beat is blind. Like it's so ludicrous that a blind guy would be good with a gun and a sword, that they couldn't just shoot him.
I think they just wanted like a fucking a gimmick. You know, the guy's cool. Like he doesn't have to use any of his. Like
Come up with something else.
Everyone else has to be so shit. Like the fucking
Radiant
like the ninja guy in the Japan Continental at the start. Like he didn't even land a scratch on this blind guy.
Yes, the guy is
And he's meant to
blind.
be this Japanese guy's meant to be like a well trained warrior. Who trained him?
It was just ridiculous.
I felt like I think there were just too many mini bosses.
A
Like, I
lot
felt like there were
of
like 6 mini bosses in that fucking movie.
There are a lot of characters. Also, another thing annoyed me. Do you remember? You know the Japanese guy that I was talking about.
Yeah, the older
He got
guy,
married.
his daughter,
Yeah. And then his daughter was like, "If you don't kill the blind man, I'm gonna do something, or I'm gonna come after you, whatever." And then the blind guy still doesn't die, and we never hear anything again about this lady, because it was so far back in the movie, and there's been so many other different like sub movies that have happened. I guess they're just like, oh fuck it. I mean, how are we going to tie this all together?
Yeah.
Was there not a scene at the very, very end that throws back to that? Or am I
Was
crazy?
there? I must have walked out, mate.
Yeah, like...
You saw it in the cinema?
Yeah.
Ah. So at the end, and the spoilers in chat. If you really wanted to know what's going on, I didn't stick around for the post-credit scene. I first of all, I assume John Wick is still alive. At the end of it, I mean, there's no way that's the end of it, because I'm sure this made money. Unless they're now handing it down to some other character who's going to continue in this ridiculous universe.
No, I think Keanu's fucking done. Yeah, I think
I
he
don't blame
knows. Like Jesus Christ, lads! I thought it was meant to be a trilogy, and then they've slapped on the fourth.
I mean, me and Mrs. F watched it. We were like laughing through it because it is pretty funny. I think that the dumbest thing for me is that, I mean, apart from all the things, I'll suspend my disbelief that the police never arrive to any of this.
Yeah, they're literally just is it the Champs-Élysées? They're just like tearing up, and like no one's coming. They're literally just car after car after car of assassins is turning up, and the police are like, well, I mean, it's after the working hour. How can we arrest
sorry,
someone?
it is dinner time. It's time for déjeuner. I'm eating my lunch. So yeah, they have the fight at the Arc de Triomphe, which is ludicrous, and then they're at the steps, the Sacré-Cœur steps, having a fight there for like 15 minutes. No police, nobody turns up. I mean, apparently they never arrive in the movies because they never want them to have to kill police. They wanted to keep it assassins versus assassins, so you don't mind who dies. Because bear in mind that John Wick always shoots someone like 8 times, knocks them on the ground, and then takes the time to go over and shoot them twice in the
5
head.
seconds remaining.
Like it's there's no good guy like where you just punch a guy and then run on. He'll punch a guy down and then take the time to lean over and be like, bang, bang, blood sprays everywhere. This dude got shot in the head. He's dead. Next baddie.
Tom Paragon,
You know,
just trop Zuber
It's
de
very
Fortnite
unusual to have a film
Merde.
Yeah,
like
actually, I
that.
think there was a scene where it was actually
10 seconds
it was in
remaining.
the like the Japan Continental in all those fucking the glass room, all those different like mirrors or
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
I can't remember. That fight went on for like 15 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and like it was just like he finished off with another guy, and then video game style, another guy comes in, he has to sort him out, picks up some nunchucks, starts swinging them about. Then he's got like a pole or something,
Yeah.
swinging that about. Then the mini boss blind guy comes in, he's got to sort that out. I was just never ending.
No, it really just went on and on. I also thought, something that's really funny is that every single John Wick, they have to invent a new layer on top of the ridiculous lore that they built up.
Yeah, so now we have like the marquee.
The
or whatever.
table and the marquee. Even you answer to the table marquee, the 12
Yeah.
members of the table. It's like, so now there's 12 other people on top of the guy who was meant to be in charge last time and ordered this, that, and the other. And she was like, you can't go against the High Council or whatever it was. It's just gibberish.
Corybus just
Thank
I
you,
think I checked
Carbus.
out when they had like an old man in the desert called the Elder in the middle of Morocco.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You
And
can,
they like,
you can only find by wandering until you can't walk anymore. whatever the
yeah.
hell it is.
He's like, they were like, you shouldn't have killed the Elder, by the way. That was not very
Yeah.
bug. And it was like, right.
There's just all these random, supposedly powerful characters,
10
but there's no build up to them. They
Yeah.
just sort of show up. They've got some mysterious name, like the Forbidden One or something
Yeah.
like that, or like the Joker, and you're just like, wonder what this guy does. He's usually some very eccentric guy, and then he dies 5 minutes later.
But so here's my question. What's funding all of this shit? I assume that for every contract, a cut has to be paid to the table, and the marquee gets his cut, and all the rest of it, I assume. But the infrastructure keeping the assassin economy afloat is vast. You've got all those operators and all those ladies in the operating room all dressed in 1950s gear, but with like tattoos and short sleeves and everything like that. There was that radio presenter. So there's a radio station that the
Yeah, and
assassins all
apparently
tune into.
half of all men sitting in cafes in France
Are assassins. I
Yeah.
mean, this happened in 3 when they were like, right, he's excommunicado at midnight, and they're all getting ready. You've got the cab he gets in is an assassin. A guy finds him at the library. There's like a million Chinese lads that are assassins. Anyone in a noodle bar, anybody working on a newsstand, a violin player, a busker, a hobo, they're all assassins. I'm like, there's not enough murder to go around.
It's almost comedical. like they just keep pulling out more and more things.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, what keeps this economy afloat? Because the marquee is minted. Like that house he goes to see him in, this man's making some serious money. So what I'm saying is, where are these assassinations? Is it all just drug dealers getting killed? Why do you need a fucking professional? Why do you need John Wick to gun down your rival drug dealer? You can just pull up. That's what drive-bys are for. So these are high-level, well-guarded people being assassinated, but we never hear about it. But there's so much money in it that it can support all of these hotels, which are extremely lavish, the Continental and all that kind of shit, the marquee and the table, whoever the last was below him, Clancy Brown's character, who's clearly some kind of fucking super detective of assassins. Like, well, where is the money coming from? It's crazy.
I looked up Clancy Brown's character on Wikipedia after I watched the movie because I couldn't remember ever hearing the name, and apparently his name was The Harbinger.
The Harbinger, okay.
Wait, who's he?
Clancy Brown was the guy in the hat with the beard who was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like the adjudicator.
Yeah,
of everything.
he's apparently someone that the Marquis got to listen to, or he represents the table. Or
He
something
represents
like
the
that.
table in some way. But he's
Yeah.
got a salary. Who's paying his salary? Are they all having to assassinate on the side? What's the deal? I just want to know what's the economy of John Wick, because it doesn't make any sense. And also that card game, He had 5 aces.
Yeah.
Well, that's not allowed. That's against the rules.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point.
Look at
I
this.
don't
They
know.
both
I
missed
just
each
have
other.
no idea
But
what's
then
going
how is the result binding? If you're in a
Holy
casino and they're all cheating, this is very bad for Dyer. They're all
Well,
gonna die.
I don't know. I guess the interpretation is like, you know, he wanted to just fuck with them, I guess, or something like that.
I just don't understand it. Oh, Shallot decided to turn around. Oh no.
Steven is kind of owning these guys.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know why he's building Wraith Bands. Does he think he's universal?
He thinks he's clever.
I mean,
mate.
Wraith Bands are okay, I guess, on strength. It just seems a bit weird.
I'm just saying, everybody like he clearly cheated and dealt people these hands, but he said to them, "Well, whichever hand wins gets to claim it." And then he's like 5 aces, and they were all like, "Of course." I was like, "Why did you agree to this? The guy's clearly gonna cheat. He didn't even shuffle the deck." It was just so needless that they were like, "Can we put some poker in? I love poker."
Yeah,
All right.
it's just. I mean, the guy with the dog, I liked him, but why was he there?
A pointless
you know,
character.
it's
Yeah,
just
was he not just
a
like-
random bit of stuff every now and then happened with him.
But John Wick was like,
Yeah.
"You're a tracker," and he was like, "That's right." It's like, so there's a bunch of lads that also track down assassins now. There's a whole nother economy you've got to support. Who's paying the trackers? Why would you have a tracker when John Wick
And his
never has problem
motivation
finding
was
anybody?
so shit.
His dog.
It's just, I want a big house.
I want a big house. And
then at the end, like,
dog food's
they
not free.
threaten his dog.
yeah,
or
and he's
whatever.
like, wow, John Wick saved my dog, so he's a good guy. And also, you know what? I'm sick. In the third one, there was this constant dog action in the Middle Eastern scene.
where the
Whoever's
dogs are
writing
just
these was
facing
like,
off.
do you know what is cool? Dogs.
Well, especially in the first one, they murdered a dog, which I was thoroughly unhappy with.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they've stopped doing that.
But I think that the guy who makes the movies, the head writer or whoever, is clearly like, we should put dogs in every movie. Like, it's just they're shoehorning in this. The hunter has a dog. How can they kill each other? No problem, but a dog, they're like, oh, it's a dog! I'm like, you just fought a dude who had 3 guns coming out of his face and nunchucks, and you put him down, no problem. The guy with a dog, you're like, oh my god, what do I do? Shoot it! It's a dog!
Well, the dogs have bulletproof jackets.
That's fucking so stupid! Once they brought in the bulletproof suit, where he just holds up his suit and he's immune to bullets, I was like, this is so dumb.
We casually tanks the shotgun shell in the church, like halfway through the movie before all the Belarusian stuff happens.
The dragon breath shotgun rounds.
Yeah.
Mrs. F was like, why aren't any of them shooting dragon's breath rounds? But he still has all these bullets. I'm like, I don't know, look. This is not going well. Steven is having a good game. He's already got the 2 Wraith Bands. What does it do for him? I guess it gives him attack speed, armor, bit of in.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like that bad. It's just,
But 2?
it feels a bit weird. It feels a little bit strange. I think 1-on-1 would be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen
It
the
does feel like
Racer
1,000
Wraith
gold it
Band.
isn't Blink.
It's a lot of money. Yeah, it's like $1,000. But I suspect Steven is too good for this game, incredibly.
Paragon's asking why we're calling Nonesk Steven. Well, I suppose it's just his name.
It happens to be.
Hey,
a
we're
man's name.
evolving. Paragon, can we call you Tom?
Is that
I don't know if
Paragon's
that's
name?
actually your name. But... well, his name is on Twitch is Tom Paragon.
There you go, it's Tom.
Maybe that's his actual full name.
Yeah, calm down, Tom.
Anyone wants
All
to
right,
steal an identity? Go get Tom Paragon.
calm
Prince
down.
Paragon's my father.
Paragon, Tom Paragon, from Exeter. Like, I'm your son. I don't know if you're from Exeter area. I don't believe you are. I know you're from
I'm
Cyprus.
not. I'm
Or Wales or
originally
something.
from Cambridgeshire,
Oh, that fits.
as you might be able
You
to.
Cambridge,
imagine.
Wales, fucking. What the fuck is going on with you, mate?
It's
Settle
all over
down.
the place.
Oh,
I'll get
yeah,
a
just
tracker
hang
on
out.
you. Sick as dog on you.
You're a tracker.
You're a tracker. It's the way all his lines. He has to do this big pause. You're a tracker.
He's a bit slow. I think.
Yeah, I
Like he's
think
great
he
at
is,
combat, but whenever any plot happens, like he has to explain things out loud to himself.
He's just a bit of a sluggish brain.
Another
You have
exciting
a
one, that
gun.
one.
I have been shot.
I've been shot. I'm John Wick. You're a tracker.
Could be trouble for Jake here. That's a nice verifier though. It's actually a return trouble for Stob.
This isn't over.
Oh, Nonesk almost got boxed in by creeps. Kill Steven! Kill Steven! What a goob. He turned around going for a fat Q trying to get a kill, because it would have been a good one.
They're playing the offlane AM, or is this POS 4 AM?
It's offlane AM. This is a Zalapa special recently.
Is it? Well, I know it's been very popular against the Morphling.
G-Font.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower.
He's played once before, like last year. He has 192 games, 194
Excellent.
games.
Excellent. Welcome, G-Font.
He's American and he's very cheerful.
Hey,
That's
maybe
nice.
in the in-houses.
Under attack.
Aha! A tracker, you say? Haha, sounds fantastic. It would have been a very different movie if John Wick was just chirpy.
Well, a lot of the Americans are just very deep-voiced, very take-it-easy guys here.
Chatty, happy lads, yeah.
Yeah, we don't get so many. Like Wogan is like a chatty, happy American.
Bloody Americans, what are they going to be so happy about on this July 4th?
This is trouble for LDCs completely. Man, that's a nice
Serio
shuffle.
just Zubed for 27
Oh my
shit.
god, what was that?
In the immortal
It's a
Hearts
kill,
of
mate.
Sniper from Team
Woo!
That's a
Fortress 2.
fucking
As long
kill,
as
mate.
there are two people left
I
on
think
the
he
planet,
might have just killed
someone
himself
is
based on
gonna
that
want
notice.
someone dead.
And you're a good one. Go figure.
No, Calceria, thank you for the sub, but I reject your thesis on the John Wick economy. It's ridiculous. Because remember, this isn't just someone wanting someone dead. This is someone willing to pay very expensive
Yeah, and
assassins.
a lot of fucking money.
Yeah. I mean, I did think what was funny was at one point the hunters like, and multiple people are like, how much to kill John Wick? 20 million? Nah. And then they're like, all right, it's gone up to 26. And at that point they're like, well, 26? Now you're talking. It's like, if 20 million is not enough, because you think, well, it's probably going to kill me.
They
it's
are
John
treating
Wick.
it like they're buying like a fucking souvenir from like an Egyptian like stall or something.
My friend, do your best price. Best price, 26 million for John Wick. Yeah.
Nah.
20 million. 20 millions for John Wick, my friend.
I do you good.
I do your best price. But it's funny because like 20 million they were like nah. 26 they're like whoa. All right lads.
They're like robbing that. They're like gonna get the van. Get the
Let's
van,
go.
guys.
Get everyone. Get everyone. Oh, that was poor from Larry.
Oh, Larry. Oh, Larry.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Bonk, bonk.
I don't think he's gonna be able to secure Jake here though.
Oh, Drake's an Arcane's rusher.
Oh, here we go. He's going on the tower. Does he have vision there?
Woo!
What the hell? Oh, yeah, he does.
Radiant's
Oh,
middle
it's a nice
tower
ward.
is under attack.
Good play from Madge.
What on Madge, mate? I also fucking hated the DJ. She was like, oh, they're gonna fucking kill John Wick. I was like, how's he not the goodie here? Like, they're all part of
What,
some
the
big
person on the
establishment.
radio
Yeah,
station?
she was like, just a bit
Well,
longer to
she
kill him.
likes
He's gonna
the table,
fucking
mate.
die. He's not gonna make it. It's like, hold on a sec. I think she's just here to clue in a drunk idiot audience as to what's actually happening.
Yeah,
The plot is so gibberish.
that is it. He's now headed to the Arc de Triomphe.
Yeah, that's in France.
I think they do actually say that, don't they?
I'm also I'm with Graham Norton. Anytime that France features, specifically Paris, you have to have a shot at the Eiffel Tower. It would be like if every time you were in London, it was the Big Ben. Everything that took place was in Parliament Square. Just ridiculous.
Well, it's a bit like on The Apprentice, how they're just spamming shots of the gherkin like every fucking 5 seconds.
Oh, right on the
Every
gherkin.
scene cut is there's a gherkin.
You know what? They spent a load of money filming the gherkin early doors, and they're like, we're gonna have to use the fucking gherkin. Break out the gherkin.
Roll
reel
out the
again.
gherkin shots.
Roll out the gherkin. Oh, hello.
Trouble, maybe. There's a jewel. That's good damage.
The Q really helps,
I
man.
suppose
Fuck.
murder's not an honest living, but it pays the bills.
Maybe a lot of people just don't know anything about Paris that isn't the Eiffel Tower.
The city of Paris forces you to do that, I believe. If you want to film a location, you have to include the tower. Is that true, Flyer, or is that
Really?
a piece of internet?
That would be such a French thing to do.
You must show the tower.
Monsieur, you cannot film here without the Eiffel Tower.
You
in
must
shot.
show the tower. But I don't want to show the tower. You must.
But
That's the whole
we're just
thing.
in the outskirts of France. We're in the slums.
No,
you must show the tower.
you must show the tower.
Tower is under attack.
And the police beating up people. Show the riots
not
on the tower.
John Wick's case.
Yeah.
You must show the police on
must show
the dinner
the-
break.
Police are having lunch. Something nice, I think.
But sir, we're in French Guyana.
Dire's middle tower
Right, I'm just gonna lock onto Madge and go to the toilet. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, without play here, we've gone a bit off the rails.
under attack.
Podcast talk has really ramped
Yeah.
up. One movie
Yeah.
I did see, which I can talk about with Ted when he gets back. I did see The Flash on the weekend. I don't know if anyone cares about spoilers because I think it's probably not worth it. But
Yogg's cast rated
there were some real bad bits,
318
but it wasn't all
views.
bad. There were some okay bits.
Was it comical bad or just bad?
It was kind of comical bad. I don't really know what they were going for with like the vibe and the look of it because it just looked real strange. I heard that stuff about how they want to make it look like you're seeing the world as Flash is seeing it at like fucking super high speeds, but I don't know. Just looked a bit weird. Yeah, we have been raided. I don't know who by. Yogg's cast. Listen, Ted has gone to the toilet.
Laurel's not having a fun time this game.
Dire's middle
0 and
tower
4.
is under attack.
I mean, the plot as well was absolute tripe. It's absolute tripe. I think the only value that I got out of it was sometimes it was quite funny. Like, genuinely funny as opposed to just, like, accidentally funny.
Is under attack.
Well, that's something.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it with Steve himself. And he was fucking crying with laughter at some points.
I don't think I've seen the
Dire's
film
middle
since
tower has fallen.
Spider-Verse 2.
No, I think I've probably only seen The Flash, to be fair. I don't think anything has really come out since. I guess Fast and Furious 10
Oh,
that
very
came
nice.
out. I did not see that.
Yeah, we're almost on Barbie Oppenheimer double bill.
Yeah,
Like
I still haven't
Friday
booked
or
that, and
Saturday.
what I've been told is that I can no longer book it because it's probably booked out. Unless I go to some backwater cinema.
That's one way to catch you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're really just destroying this game. It's a 10k lead almost. And he's going to find AM as well, potentially. So I don't know if this offlane AM has worked out too well. I guess he hasn't really had a chance to show it off with matches owning. Who am I hearing this echo through? Is it through Ted?
I think so. I think it's he must put his headset down. It's being picked up on the mic.
Is he?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
God, he must be really hammering a number 2 down.
Wedge it down with his foot.
Yeah. Here comes another charge. Jake could lift, but you know he chooses not to. That's not very sportsman to lift.
Dire's middle
Oh,
tower.
I tell you what, I have been watching Hell's Kitchen. for the first
Really?
time. Yeah,
Which season?
season 5, I think.
I've only watched one season, to be fair.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's been pretty exciting. We had the Harlem Globetrotters on last episode.
Really?
Pretty sick, yeah.
Dire's top tower
There's
is
some
under
kids'
attack.
bar mitzvah.
I think
Dire's
I think I don't think I could binge Hell's Kitchen like season after season.
Yeah, I think it's too repetitive. Like I watch like
Yeah.
an episode every like week. It feels like.
I could actually binge Kitchen Nightmares because although like the formula is pretty standard, it's quite like a low emotional commitment because you kind of know like what's going to happen, who's doing what, whatever. But in Hell's Kitchen, it's just like constant drama and being like,
Yeah.
like fucking Terry has really fucked up the sides today. What's going to happen to Terry? Then Gordon's furious, and you just rinse and repeat, and it gets kind of exhausting after a while.
Just, like Paul has shat in the spaghetti.
Yeah, exactly. They do the dumbest things as well. It's crazy.
Just pulling like spaghetti out of bins and. Oh.
I mean, sometimes Gordon is a little bit like out of proportion mad. Like someone's chopped up the carrots a bit too big, and he's like, "Give me a jacket." But
yeah, and then sometimes he does the whole right. The person going home tonight is Lacey, not you. Get back in line.
yeah, they do love that. They do love
There's like
that.
3 in a row.
They do that on The Apprentice as well. I don't know how much of The Apprentice you've watched. But-
Literally none.
Okay, so the format is like they do a task, and then when the task is done, like a winner and a loser. There's 2 teams. A winner and a loser selected based on like how much profit they made or whatever. And then in the losing team, the team leader has to bring 2 of his team members into the boardroom.
Right.
And like they all have like a grilling by Lord Sugar and his aides to find out who's going home that week or who's going to be fired. And the last like 5 minutes of the show is effectively Lord Sugar just saying someone's name, and then you think, oh, here it comes, he's going to fire someone, and then he'll just being like, I really like you, but there's this wrong with you. And then he goes to the next person, and it's like, Stephen, I don't know what to do with you, to be honest. And then rinse and repeat onto the next guy, just for like 5 minutes, leaving you in suspense.
Yeah. I mean, there was a cracker on last season of Hell's Kitchen where some lad was being like, yeah, they were doing like the lineup after the service ends, and Gordon said, "Listen, Dan, you surprised me tonight," and he said, "Oh, thank you, chef. You know, I've been giving 110%."
Surprised me with how shit you are.
Yeah,
That's a classic line.
that's a classic.
In
I think
fact,
it might be on the
that's
soundboard.
That's in here, yeah.
Dyer's top
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
You surprised me.
Yeah.
How shit you
Dyer's
are.
top tower has
He looked so
I
crestfallen. It was so. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, chef.
I like how soft Gordon sounds in this. He sounds like he's like reading a nursery story or something.
Yeah.
You surprised me to how shit you are.
Like it's the second verse of like a Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. Oh, and here comes Madge again, and Madge is just not gonna get any kills here. In fact, he could die. I think he's got ghost.
Ghost sense.
That's pretty high.
Actually going to save him, I think.
Yep.
I don't know why I have a sinking feeling this game's going to last like 50 minutes.
I think they don't have great pushing. And they
Drowns
have
can
quite
press
good
E
high
on the
ground.
ground.
So this could last a while, and honestly, I could see them turning it around because Slark is like the goons are not good at Slark. There's nothing to be said about Slark. They do at least have Shadow Shaman though. I neglected to think of Shadow Shaman, so they can push pretty well.
It is Nutkin Shadow Shaman though, and he
Yeah.
does like not using spells.
So Steve is on this new grind. I think Ted's only looking at Madge. But Steve is on this new grind where he doesn't build Blink down. Because what we concluded, you've been gone for like 10 minutes, mate.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Well, we talked about a lot of things. We've talked about Hell's Kitchen, The Apprentice. I was talking about I watched The Flash.
Wow, Madge hasn't died once.
Yeah, no, it's been a pretty brutal game while you've been gone.
Yeah, it's 22
I
to
was
7. 16k lead is over. Sweet.
I was just discussing how Steve, if you mouse over to Steve, there's no evidence of a blink in his build at all.
Nope.
And this is because we concluded that whenever Steve buys a blink, he immediately gets worse at the game. Just because he doesn't understand how to use it. He blinks here and then he like stands about, makes a sandwich, and just like nothing gets done. So now the new strat is Steve to not buy Blink but buy Harpoon instead.
I like this
So
a
that's
lot.
what's happening.
I got raided by the Yogs. Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. I was AFK.
Yeah, Madge has got 2 Kais, doesn't he?
Yeah. Is that? Oh my god, this could be good. Holy
Oh.
shit!
It's so close.
They got the shard as well on Dire.
Radiant's top
That's
tower
pretty good.
Why they didn't
They
coordinate
got it on
all of these
Snapfire too.
spells?
Actually, never mind. They can't do shit.
Drow's finally here, but it's too late.
Yes, Zalapa, turn up to die.
Oh, what? You can charge through
Are
there?
you gonna steal anything, Jake? What's going on, Jake?
No.
Please,
No
anything.
spell stolen, full health, full mana. Don't worry about it.
Don't need it, mate. Don't need it.
Jake, you are banned from Rubik, and I would like to say all goons are banned from Rubik. I'm gonna just put that out there. They can't play Rubik. I can't play Rubik. You guys can't play Rubik. I've yet to see a good Rubik performance in the in-houses. Please stop picking this hero. You can't play it. End of story.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm a model and I'm looking good. Do 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 do.
It feels worrying that Larry has a third of the kill participation that his pos forward 190 games has.
Larry is indeed 0-1 and
It's not great.
0-6-1.
Larry's terrible. The
This
lads
is
can't hit
probably
creeps.
one of the worst scores I've ever seen. I think Larry's. I know we've neglected to do MVPs and LVPs recently, but I would like to lock in Larry for an LVP currently.
He was mid, right? He has
Yeah.
less net worth than Willow, but his AM,
I think he
Look at
just got
his
owned by
drow.
this primal beast.
his drow is worth 7k. The fucking offlane AM has somehow got almost as much money as her. What do they do with their time?
Magic's so tanky. He's getting a heart soon as well.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty impressive that he's doing what he's doing and he hasn't built a BKB, which is usually like highly core on Prime.
Yeah, I mean, mainly the thing is you've got instant lift on Rubik, so when he charges in, you should just be able to lift him, but not Jake. The snakes have gone down. There's no clicking or spell casting. The lads are all just hiding.
Is Drow gonna click these snakes or what? She's just gonna chill at the back.
Here we
Hello?
go! It's go time!
Oh lord, he's bounced straight into his death. Larry is in, bouncing around. This is okay. Now Zampa's been stunned by Nutkin. Can they get Slark? They do.
What?
This
So-
is what I mean about Slark, Harry. This is what I mean.
Why has
Yeah.
Madge got an E-Blade? Oh, hello!
That's a good steal from
There's a steal
That's
for
a
your
massive
ass!
steal. And Drow gets it as well. That's pretty big. They're gonna get the racks,
Some of Dire's bottom barracks.
but maybe there's something to be done from this point.
So, wait, why
yeah,
did
that's
the
two
Primal
purples.
got an E-Blade and E-Bladed himself? Is that what you're meant to do?
I don't think
no.
so, no.
You're meant to E-Blade the person you're stomping around, right? Surely.
This E-Blade is definitely a throw.
Yeah.
Like the heart is not too bad, but
Like when the hero first came out, people were rushing E-Blade because the idea was, well, you know, E-Blade them and then one run of them and you'll do lots of magic damage to them.
It's got slow as
In
well.
this
isn't it?
game, I mean, yeah, but
Doesn't it?
people just buy BKBs.
No, but does it
And
have
they
a
give
slow?
shit. I think so.
yeah, it should do.
Uh,
Slowed by 80%.
yes.
That's quite the slow.
Right, yeah. Oh, hello.
Individual.
Nice one, Steve. So you don't really need the blink.
No.
As Steve just demonstrated, AM one of the slippery heroes in the game.
Apparently, you don't need a blink
Yeah.
as long as you've got
Delivering
the
themselves.
poon.
As long as you're playing against Zalapa.
Get the poon
Fine.
and play against goons. No need
Yeah.
for a blink. Stubby, it still hurts you. Oh, that was close. Stubby lived on 90 HP. He thought if he went Shadow Realm, he would stop taking damage from the Tormentor. Not so, sir. This feels a bit stacked in terms of teams. Eri, your thoughts?
Usually most of these lads play in game 2 because they don't like Clouds, but Clouds was in game.
You've got your hands off the keyboard and don't give a shit, because that's what it looks like. Nonesk, Maj, and LDC are surely better than this dog shit stack of 5 that has been assembled to fight them.
Well,
Steve and Maj have to be on separate teams, surely.
Luke was the balance because he hasn't played Dota in ages.
No. That
Nerd.
doesn't work. That doesn't work. It doesn't matter. He's up against he's up against a lad who has 140 games. Like the balancing here. This is it. This is it. This is the problem with the balancing in the in-houses. It doesn't exist. LDC's the balance factor because he hasn't played much. He's still better than fucking Larry and G-Font and Shallot, who are dog shit.
I think the problem is I overvalue Jake every time.
Yes, please stop doing this. Jake is literally. If there's a ranking of players, I've said we should do this. I've said this for some time. Everyone should be given a rating 1 through 5, and then we'll look at it and we'll judge that. For example, Nonesk in these games is definitely one of the best players that you could put in the in-houses. Maj can be as well. Sometimes he's not, but the point is, someone like Shallot is very, very rarely going to be the best player, and Jake is almost never one to watch in these games. He should be ranked 4 out of 5.
I mean, I've always said the problem with giving people number values as ratings is people will vary wildly depending on role,
but
mood,
that's why it's up to us to decide overall. For instance, Dave and KBJ are 5. They get a 5 each. They don't get a 1. Sometimes they may do well, but they are overall a 5. They are terrible. But there are some players who just turn up.
If you take someone like Maj, who smokes before most of his games and will either solo carry game or do fuck all in the game.
Doesn't matter because he has that capability. He has that capability. The point is, like, you've got to base them on their potential to do well, not, wow, he sometimes fucks up. Because if he doesn't, the game is just lost because this is hopeless. I mean, one team has players that can play, the other team doesn't. It's kind of hard. Nonesk is doing this without even having Blink. That's how bad these lads are. Oh my.
Avoid. I mean, game was pretty balanced to me.
Shut up. You're an idiot.
Nice job, Alistair.
Grazul-Badgestre-Zubed.
Don't get me wrong, the lads are perfectly capable of throwing, but this has been very one-sided. This is rare. The in-houses have not had many throws like this for some time.
I think the hero picks certainly have not helped them, to be fair.
Yeah, because they're shit. They don't know what they're doing. If they win this, I'll take it all back, Ari, and I'll say, you know what? You're a genius. I mean, you do have the possibility. I'm just saying we should rate the players according to their maximum capability. Not that they could play like shit and lose, and pick terrible heroes and lose. Because that's true for any pro team is capable of doing. You know, pro teams do that all the time. It's like, these guys should win, and they lose because they fucking play like shit or they pick bad heroes. But you'd still expect them to win. I feel like sometimes, I mean, just looking at the draft right away, even Stobby, I would say, is more capable than some of the players on the enemy team, and he's been fucking dreadful lately.
I think when Stobby played last week, it was his second game in 6 months, and it was apocalyptically awful.
It was awful.
Well, I mean, yeah. So what would you give Stobby out of 5?
But but that's the thing is, the capability is there. Like, he may not be fundamentally good, but none of the lads are fundamentally good. He still has some vague idea of what a hero is and how to play it. Quite a few of the lads clearly don't. They just click in and they don't really know what's happening or really look at... Like, you have to beg them to glimmer you or 4-star you. Like, you've got to direct them. Someone like Stobby is at least someone who's chatty and has some vague idea of how to play the game. That's all I'm saying.
Nice jump, Alistair!
So even if he hasn't played in a while, you could say, alright, for this game, we'll mark you down 1 rank. But next week, you got to get back on it. But I just think that this hesitancy to... I also think the lads have no idea. Like, they played a pub with someone and it went well, so they're like,
Ça
wow, I played with
33
Jacobs
RN
earlier,
just aux
and he
UBED
crushed it
for
as
6 months.
Zeus, but you're playing against people that are somehow even worse than the Goons. I want to see those lads. I want to get a stack that the Goons have beaten, invite them to the in-houses, and see how they do, because I really want to see how anyone could be worse than the lads. God bless
Please
them.
get George Foreman plus Grill back again.
God, they were just
I
fucking...
think that's the answer.
God bless Scotty Dotes.
We'll just wait for Goon TI.
Goon
see
TI,
who
we'll have to
drifts to the
do
bottom again.
something there. I mean, the Goon Special Forces was just a nightmarish assembly of lads.
Yeah. Well, there was two teams. There was one team per group that went 0 and 10 in groups.
Which was the other?
Uh,
Bring it up. Get me the files here.
I'll look it up. Spoilers. Spoilers. It's the one with Amos in it.
Mm-hmm.
That much I do remember. Let's see what it was.
Amos, of course.
Wasn't
brain
that
surgeon.
the team where Amos was like super toxic and he pissed off all of his team?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was the team where I got messages after I think the first or second series from multiple people on the team saying, if all four of us agree, can we replace him with somebody else?
Yeah.
Right. So, Goon Special Forces was it in Group B? That was what was it? What the fuck is it? That was Clavs, Dave, Myth, Chrono, and Kyle. The Dream Team in on itself. And then Mark Wahlberg was...
Where was Drow that whole time? Shallot went to push out bot and stayed pushing out bot while that fight happened? Am I going crazy, chat? Is that what happened?
Oh lord.
The match keeps doing this.
Oh, that boar stuff.
Well, that's not too long. 47 minutes, I'll take that.
Why have they not called this?
Because there's still a chance.
Oh!
He's doing it.
Goodbye,
Damage.
Back in the saddle again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Holy shit, what is this? They're actually throwing.
No, I don't think they can lose.
I know it means they're going to extend the game by another 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You fucking idiots!
The game continues.
Magi's actually going to die as well. For fuck's sake, lads.
G-Font. It's a
For
fun fight,
fuck's sake.
When you start floating.
I give up. I quit the in-houses. This is the last week of in-houses.
Right, so the other 0-2-10 team was Amos, Retrofrog, Xeraxis, Heretic, and the Grumpy Nerd.
Grumpy. Grumpy can also be quite toxic.
Grumpy is an early GG'er, I believe.
Good lad. Good lad, though.
Yeah.
Like Grumpy.
Lives in a caravan, but yeah, good lad.
He had some pretty solid performances. That was, I think Mark Wahlberg was, there were a couple of teams that were put together from free agents at the end that were just like cobbled together from who was left. I think Mark Wahlberg was one of them. Or, you know, some people, you know, don't know that many people or, you know, come to the party late and sign up as a free agent and say, put me in a team, and I do, and it doesn't work out.
Pred was the coach of that Amos stack.
Yeah, that explains a lot. Yes, I do, Head.
What does Head say?
Do
Do you keep track of all the wins players do in the in-houses? Yes, incredibly he does.
Yeah.
I love the style of language used.
Well, how many wins does he do?
keep track of all the wins the players do.
Who did the most wins? I did 2 wins yesterday and I did 2 losses. Sorry, I done 2 wins and 2 losses. Oh, well. It helped Amos's. I don't think you can possibly help Amos's gameplay unless you removed his keyboard and mouse and then put it on bot passive. Then maybe.
Whenever I think of Amos, I always think of that clip of Amos Lion running into seeing Stampede into melee under the life unit getting
Steve has
autoattacked once.
250 bonus, by the way.
Stop, it's fucking dead. Salapur might actually get out here. Oh, that's nice from Madge. Maybe it's not nice from Raj. Can they? Okay, Nutkin's actually ended the game. MVP Nutkin.
MVP Nutkin, LVP Larry.
Yeah, Larry does indeed. I'm not sure about the MVP, but Larry does get an MVP because he's still two. I guess he's improved his score a little bit. So.
He is bottom 4.
Yeah.
That's their mid. On a hero that farms pretty well.
Madge is definitely MVP.
Madge MVP, Larry LVP. That's all she wrote.
That's it. That's it.
On this magical entry into in-house lore. Dreadful. In some one-word review, dreadful.
Yeah, we need some like random like snippets from in-house lore like they do in John Wick. Is there gonna like are we gonna have to like mysteriously talk about
the table,
like, the cabinet? We have the cabinet. We want to hear of this.
The sideboard will be furious.
Well, we did have MVP appeals court for about 5 minutes once.
Yeah, where they could come in and plead their case.
Yeah.
I just don't want to hear from the lads. Their little whiny pleading. No, I thought I didn't. No, get out. You suck. End of story.
Right, I got to go and sort out a game 2.
Sort them out.
My mum is mad. Ashwin,
Huh?
the moon is never closer on some nights than others, is it?
It might be a little bit closer,
but not close enough that you would see it as bigger because it's closer.
No,
so
not
my mum
close.
keeps saying this. She thinks that when the moon is bigger, it means it's closer, and I'm like, no,
I think it's
just
like,
lower in the atmosphere.
It's just
right
lower
now.
in the sky. It looks,
and it's
looks,
like distorted,
like extended a bit.
Yeah.
It's got more air to travel through. So.
I've explained this to her before, and of course she doesn't seem to remember it. She thinks it's close. Oh, the moon's close tonight. It's like, Mum, the moon is not going to be so much closer that you're going to be able to tell the difference.
Fucking, is it Bruce Almighty where he brings the moon closer and these natural disasters start happening?
Nice
Maybe.
jump, Alistair.
Gake 710 Just Zubed for 53 months. Shout out to my favorite streamer, Enthused.
Well, yeah, Enthused isn't streaming right now. I am. So you're going to have to put up with that. Alright, Jake? Jake.
Oh, I see.
Nice jump,
And believe me,
Alistair.
Jake isn't,
Larol Diama Just
a good player. Believe me, Ashwin is not singing your praises in these games. He, in fact, brought up the fact that perhaps you are overrated and overvalued by the goons. And Eri said the same thing.
I remember saying that.
You said it.
For the
You
record,
said it.
but...
You said it. Check the VOD.
Okay. I said it.
I think the lads they pick one of the actual players that can play somewhat decently in these in-houses, and then they're like, how can we balance that? And Eri's like, we'll get Jake in. Yeah, Jake will balance it. Jake, who routinely loses mid or throws the game horribly, we'll get him in. Just abominable. Step it up. I want to say, we got Amos to the next game. God bless. It's over already. That's fine. Get it wrapped up. We can join Hostess with the Mostess channel. I don't want to be lobby slot cameraman.
I don't think... It just shows the camera, right? Oh, no, you selected it.
Yeah. Right, but laughing.
Now the lads are asking you to Google things.
Right,
you don't need to Google things.
What I'm saying is, it's not like one night the moon is much bigger because it's like
it's
so
not.
much closer that
it's going to be a slightly identical. It's the same. It's the same reason why. It's the same like thing about how the Earth
it's not a perfectly circular orbit around the sun.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's like orbits closer to the sun, like for some of the year than.
But it's not like we're so much closer that we're fucking
No,
Venus.
it doesn't really affect that much.
Yeah.
And the thing that you asked to Google is just a perigee just means like...
No, I know what it means. The
Yeah,
furthest and the
yeah,
nearest
okay.
point of an orbit. I get it. But I'm just saying, my mum is literally claiming that with the naked eye, the moon looks bigger
No, it wouldn't,
because
you
it's
wouldn't-
closer. That's
you wouldn't
silly.
see that. I don't exactly know how elliptical it is or how much closer it gets, but I don't think it would be enough to see anything different. I like all these people like giving the answer to the problem that we answered like 5 minutes ago.
So, it's the furthest point is 253,000 miles, and the closest is 226,000 miles.
Yeah.
So my mum, with the naked eye, can see that difference, apparently. Seems good. Gibberish.
Was it 256 and what?
226.
226 and 256.
It's not, I mean, it's not like so different. They're going to be like, wow, it's fucking huge. Like, if it's lower in the sky, it's always going to look bigger and redder. That's just a thing. The whole supermoon thing, right?
Yeah.
It is actually quite a bit bigger. It's 14% bigger. Oh, I'll shut up.
I don't know. Like 14% bigger is something, but I don't exactly know like how much bigger that would look. Because 14% is not like when you're talking about a circle. Like in terms of how much that would increase the diameter, I don't know how much that would be.
I think it's going to be so big that you're going to notice it. It's not like for something that you see. I mean, I don't see the moon every day. For something that you don't see every day, you wouldn't necessarily notice 14%. And my mum's claiming she spotted it with her naked eye, which is impressive. You'd pay for 14% bigger?
So,
Well, you've got some pills.
at 14%, its diameter is going to be 4% bigger, which is not much. That's like if you put your like, if you put your like thumb out in front of you,
right,
and it, like matched it to the moon, it would be your thumb plus 4% of your thumb,
right?
That's pretty tiny.
And as Ye Mad Scientist points out, it's 14% of something that is still quite small in the sky. This is a very good point. Like, you're not really going to be able to tell that difference, I don't think. Not often enough that you'd be like, oh, supermoon, that's 14% that. Coop! Back in the in-houses. I like to think that is a picture of Coop, and that is a picture of Wad Massive, even though I know that isn't. I like to imagine.
And that is a picture of James.
And that is a picture of Samo, just a cat.
Yeah.
I don't see James's picture. I just see a question mark. Oh, there we go. I'd love it if that was James. Does anyone know? Is this actually James, or do you recognise this as someone else? I could do a tin eye.
He's got quite a smile on him.
Yeah.
Got quite some gnashes.
Let me copy. I'll tin eye and see who this is.
Yeah, also as Matthews just messaged me, it doesn't just like suddenly snap to 14% bigger. It's obviously like
right, it's a gradual
slow process over like, 2 weeks.
Oh, this picture is a known person. It's popping up all over the internet.
Is it?
Yeah, mainly, what is this? Mark Murray? Mark Murray. He's NBC News' senior political advisor. Mark Murray,
now,
NBC News senior political advisor.
What has compelled James to resonate with this individual?
That is Mark Murray, NBC News' senior political editor. James is like, oh, I'm just a fan of his work. Fascinating. Evil Teddy's avatar is just a slightly angry Teddy. I don't know if it looks evil. I would say if you're obviously angry, I don't know if that's evil enough. You need to be he needs to have like blood dripping off his fangs or something like that. Timorous Prawns is a squirrel in Byzantine armor.
Timorous prawn.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Clavs is a phoenix. Amos, I'm sure that's a picture of Amos. In fact, I believe that is a picture of Amos.
Yeah, that's an Amos.
Coop, that is a picture of Coop. Head Massive, this is, as far as I can tell, an actual picture of Head Massive.
Yeah, I mean that's it can only ever be that.
Yeah.
I've no idea what it's meant to be otherwise, to be honest.
It's just a lad.
Yeah.
Here in the Wise, that is one of the ghosts from Pac-Man.
Is he an albino lad? He
looks like an albino lad, yeah. Does.
He seems pretty happy about it, whatever's going on.
Head, get out of chat. How dare you? That's a picture of me. Taken on my 58th birthday. Love me kids, love me country. Hate the foreigners. Hate me don'ts. I'm just fucking with you. What clan is Winston in? Spolly. Guild, sorry, Winston. How do you see guild details?
Where's this?
So Winston, who is in this game, is in Clan Spolly, the Midnight Llamas.
Yeah.
That's Amos there. You look dominant and fertile. Isn't he? Now he is something very clever. I can't remember what Amos is.
I don't know.
I can ask if you like.
Well, no, because he's in the middle of a
I
don't
want to be offensive, but I didn't ring a bell with me.
Pretty sure Amos has some fancy job.
Brain surgeon.
I think it's something like that. Yeah. Reg says he makes pizzas.
He makes pizzas. I've literally.
Yeah.
It could be either.
It really could.
Amos. I'm fairly sure Amos worked in a restaurant, didn't
or
he?
It could
he used
be.
To argue with Stanley. With
could be that he's a brain surgeon who accidentally turns people's brains into pizzas.
It's quite a similar mechanism. Like I reckon you could use a scalpel to chop up a pizza.
Yeah. He's that Brazilian lad making pizza. Yeah, he does. He's the guy.
Oh, that Brazilian lad.
That is one of my favourite vids of all time.
I like how like cool he thought he looked as well. Just like faffing about with the old I don't even know what the long stick with the hammer at the end is called. But you know, that's just how they roll.
Gerald, I'm trying to delete this message, but it won't let me time you out. I'm not sure why. There we go.
Who is it?
I don't know. It was just, I don't know what the fuck that was he posted. It just looked like an accident. So
yeah,
if that was meant to be something that you posted,
500 newsy social.
Like I've just deleted it because it made absolutely zero sense. If it was a link you were trying to post.
Dr. Madcap Ware Psychologist at Dr. Madcap.
I couldn't make any sense of what you posted, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be in our next Call of Cthulhu. I'm going to be a were psychologist.
What?
So if you're a were psychologist, that means part-time you're a psychologist.
Yeah.
And part-time you're a human.
When the moon is a super moon and very big in the sky, he turns
I become very good at listening.
Tell me about your parents. My God, he's been possessed.
Radiant team pick. Radiant team.
Spirit Breaker. Oracle.
You don't see the lads Pill and Huskar out very often, do you? And yet I feel like, in the hands of a semi-competent goon, Huskar would be able to destroy so many of these games.
As far as I can remember, the only Huskar player in the Inhouse is Hellboy. Unless there's one I'm forgetting.
Played Veno today, got flamed by the enemy. Was it yesterday? Got yesterday. Enemy team was flaming me. 10k hours, you still suck. I did more damage than anyone on their team. They were just not happy, boys.
Don't matter, mate. Easy.
I just didn't respond. Didn't respond.
Good man.
Winston is a level 30 Oracle and knows his shit. This is over, says Reg. I mean, I played with KBJ just this morning. He's a level 30 Witch Doctor. It was fucking
just
awful.
Gifted 10 subs.
Oh, thank you. 10 subs gifted. Thank you very much. Shallot just got a sub. Wait, Shallot was in the game. Sorry, have the rules gone out the window, Harry?
Sorry, what?
Why are people who are not subscribers playing in the in-houses?
Who's this?
Shallot
Who am I banning?
played in the last game. Not a sub. Just got gifted a sub.
That's a good question.
Don't matter. March in there right now.
Boot them from the Discord.
There we go. Job done.
What did you do? That's not ban-worthy from the channel. What's wrong with you?
Radiant
Why are we not banning more people?
team ban.
That's what I say.
Greg got gifted a sub earlier. Greg's not playing in the in-houses.
As much as I wish. Did he bring Harry with him?
Radiant team ban. Team ban.
For game
Greg
3...
needs that extra five quid.
For game 3, I would like to see Johnny Boy lose again. That would make my evening complete.
Yeah.
Usually when Johnny plays, I get a message beforehand asking if he can captain so we can pick all his mates. And I've not had one yet this evening, so I don't know whether he's coming or not.
Fair enough. 4th of July, mate. Is that celebrating?
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Actually, that was one thing. Last weekend, when I was out with my excursions with the lads, it was also conveniently at the same time Pride Day or whatever. I don't know. It's like 1st of July. Everyone's going nuts. I'm sure it was great for the people who were involved, but trying to get through the crowd to where I needed to go was less easy and fun because everyone is just like crammed together like grapes, and like everyone's got their fucking asses out and shit. You're just trying to walk past, not touch anything suspicious.
10 seconds remaining.
Wow.
5 seconds remaining.
A pathologist finds €500,000 floating gold in a dead whale in the Canary Islands.
Really?
Yeah. So
how much? $500,000?
$500,000. When a sperm whale washed up dead on a beach in the Canary Island of La Palma, no one imagined a valuable treasure was hidden in its entrails. Heavy seas and a rising tide made it difficult to carry out a post-mortem, but Antonio Fernandez Rodriguez, head of the Institute of Animal Health and Food Security at the University of Las Palmas, was determined to find out why the whale had died. Suspecting a digestive problem, he inspected the animal's colon, sounds like fun, and felt something hard stuck to that part of the intestine. What I took out was a stone about 60 centimeters in diameter, weighing 9.5 kilos. The waves were washing over the whale. Everyone was watching when I returned to the beach, but they didn't know that what I had in my hands was ambergris. Ambergris is a rare substance, also often known as floating gold, that has been the holy grail.
Oh, so it wasn't actual gold?
No.
Just
it's been the holy grail of perfumers for centuries.
Yeah, no, I know that stuff. So I thought they just found like a gold ingot in there.
No. It's only produced by 1 in 100 sperm whales, was only solved when large-scale whaling began in the early 19th century. Whales eat large quantities of squid and cuttlefish, most of which cannot be digested and is vomited out, but some remains and over the years binds together in the whale's intestines to form ambergris. How about that? Sometimes it's excreted, which is why it's sometimes found floating in the sea. Sometimes it grows too large, rupturing the intestine and killing the whale. How about that?
Jesus.
It has a woody scent like sandalwood, but also contains ambrion, an odorless alcohol that can fix and extend the life of scents, hence its popularity among perfumers.
Interesting.
Man, watching a documentary about orcas the other day.
Oh yeah.
Pretty fucked up animals. It's pretty crazy.
And in what regard?
Well, just shit like they're I can't remember the name of it. The their like sonar detection is so sophisticated they can tell apart different species of salmon by their like the volumes of their air bladders from like 500 feet
Yeah,
away.
I mean, orcas are another level.
They're very good. They're
They're
very
crazy.
good.
I think they're meant to be the second most intelligent.
They work together and
species.
shit. Like they really do.
Actually, that was in the documentary. Apparently, they're like the second or third most intelligent, but they have the wrinkliest brain of all mammals.
I think they are the second, and then it's like orcas and dolphins, and then I think octopuses or something are pretty high up as well. Octopuses are pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up that in the top three you got humans, you got orcas which are like insane murderers, and you've got dolphins which are like serial rapists.
Good God. Well, I just googled which mammal has the smoothest brain, and it came up Amos. So
fair enough.
The answer is actually koalas, believe it or not.
Koalas, that doesn't surprise me. I don't know. I don't know what happened to koalas, but it feels like all of them just like had a knock on the head when they were young.
No, they're not. They're very stupid. They're incapable of performing anything like a complex task. Apparently, they're very simple creatures.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess there was no evolution selection pressure to make them smart when you just sit there on trees having a munch.
Eating fucking eucalyptus all day.
Yeah. Just giving each other chlamydia. God. You know what else? What other animal's stupid? My dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This morning, I got back from his walk and rang the doorbell to be let in, and he started barking because there was someone at the front door.
Was he with you?
Yeah, he was. I was outside the front door. I rang the doorbell to be let in, and he started barking because there was someone at the front door.
That's funny. That's classic dog behaviour.
Hey, he's in defense mode.
There's someone here.
He's doing a good job.
Yeah, someone's at the door. Yeah, us. You fucking.
I'd rather that than the dog who's just like
silent.
Like he's absolutely chuffed to see anyone. The fucking burglar comes in and he's like showing them where all the goods are.
I went round to drop my daughter off at someone's house, and this is yesterday. And when I got there, ring the doorbell, and I think, oh, they've got a dog. I love meeting dogs. Like, it just always makes my day. This little black poodle runs out, named Meg, which is a great name for a dog. Out she runs, and she's very excited to see us immediately. And she was pleased to see me, but also aware that her job is to protect the house from strange people. So I go in to drop my daughter off, and she's like trying to say hello to me, but she's also trying to stop me. So I bend down to pet her, and she lets me pet her, and then she bites me, but she bites me by just resting her teeth on my hand, sort of like gums me and makes this growling noise, and then she's like trying to lick me on the face. She was very confused, but she's a poodle. I'm not a miniature poodle. I'm not expecting it to be the brightest button in the button drawer, but it was just funny the way she was deeply confused about what she was meant to do.
Nice
Dogs
job,
are great
Master.
like that. They make me laugh every day.
just embed for 14 months.
Aggie hates it.
Sometimes they just got too much energy for their brain.
Their brain is like we are
crazy.
absolutely. We have no idea what to do. We're going to do something. We're going to do as many things as we can. One of them might be right. Poodles are pretty smart dogs. Maybe the big ones, but the little ones are not.
I do find tiny little yappy dogs annoying.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
They're not the best. They're not.
Mine's on the verge of being that, but he's not quite that bad. Because he's not a big dog. He's a Kokoni, which is Greek breeds. Kokoni. He's maybe like Jack Russell size.
Yeah, that's the limit for me. It's just for some reason, like the little dogs always starting shit. That like even though they got no place to start shit, it's like a little like 14-year-old going into like a fucking biker gang and just like starting shit with everyone, like having a go.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense.
Why are you growling at the massive Rottweiler? Why have you done this?
It's just insecurity, little dog syndrome.
And the Rottweiler's chilling. He's like, well, who the fuck is this guy?
A fight is starting
This is a big
here.
old fight.
Oh my. Oh my! This has not worked out. Don't run away.
Yeah.
Get him. Kill them all.
Fuck him up.
The problem is when it's a fight like that is somebody needs to call out a target, and that's always when it gets difficult.
They're gonna get Samo here. 4. That's a lovely couple kills there.
Call it. Just call it. Fenton! That was a classic vid.
Fenton!
Jesus Christ! Fenton! I think that was Richmond Park.
It was. Because there were loads of deers about which he was chasing.
We've had so many emails to Triforce. We dared to contest the idea.
The deer fucking.
Deer fighting people, right? And we dared to contest it. I swear to God, I've had so many emails. And there were comments of, the guys don't understand that deer are not predators. So we already set out very clearly, this is about a deer who has been psychically informed that it has to fight to the death. It's fighting to the death.
The deer is pissed off with you, and he's had enough.
There's no running away. You're literally a fucking cage match with a deer. So many people misunderstanding it. So it's a wild animal versus a human being. I'm just saying, the average person claims they could beat a deer, and a decent number of people think they could beat some much sillier animals. Believe me.
Yeah, like I couldn't beat a chimpanzee. He'd like tear me to bits.
A chimpanzee would destroy you.
Yeah.
I reckon I could just about take a badger.
I don't know if I could. Like, he gets a bite on me and I'm done. Like,
He gives you TB.
I just collapse over.
He bites. He gives you TB and then legs it. That's his plan.
He does apply a dot to you and
then just about take a badger from horseback with a rifle.
The Venomancer of mammals.
I don't know what I would be able to take out. I'll take out a rabbit.
I could kill a rabbit.
Give me a rabbit.
Give me a rabbit. I'll have him.
Yeah. Even then, like, he can bite me. I don't know.
I mean, in RimWorld, you get a bite from a rabbit. You don't get it tended to. You're losing a colonist. Simple as that.
Please do scrap a chimpanzee.
Yeah, Bob, stream it.
What music did you want to be played at your funeral, by the way?
I reckon I could take on a fucking chimpanzee, like. Get us a couple of bottles of broom down
It's not that much different from just living in Sunderland. I reckon that's just like a general.
The thing is, Bob, I don't think that those little macaque monkeys mess with chimpanzees, so you shouldn't either. That's Bob. One of those wee monkeys, like the one that's on makes friends with Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's the scale. That's you. You're the little monkey.
Capuchin.
The capuchin monkey.
Capuchin.
And he's like a fucking elephant by comparison, Bob.
Have you ever seen the video of that lad beaning the kangaroo in the face who's got his dog?
No.
Yeah, I've seen that. The kangaroo looks so, like, shocked.
Yeah.
He's just like, you did what?
Just didn't expect to fight back.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Top of your head matches their arses. Well, no, you've mistaken chimpanzees for baboons, Bob. It's alright. I mean, because you're all basically level 0 primates up north anyway, so it's not like you're going to recognise higher forms of mammalian life. So it's fair enough that you would mistake me, a human, with any other primate. Like the Neanderthals that you are. It's, you know, we all look the same. Man with fire! Command fire! Have stick and rock!
No, I think the evil lad who has the monkey who got poisoned was in Temple of Doom.
No, brother, it was Raiders. Please don't test me on this. Had the action figure. Had the action figure. My childhood! Haven't seen the new one yet. Anyone seen the new one? Is it dog shit? Anyone?
I have not.
I've heard people saying it wasn't as bad as Crystal Skull and it was okay. Which is about as bad as I expected.
That's as good as you're going to get, really.
They're literally just churning them out to like profit off all the dads that want to go see it.
Yeah. Well, apparently that's the issue, is that they're not making it for a younger audience.
Well, yeah, because I mean, in living memory of basically every kid has only been Crystal Skull, and that's
right.
It. And that was what, like 2013 or something.
I want to say 2013. Might have even been further back than that. Oh, Winston, you have thrown your life away. Don't give the Venom more. Coop is already riding high.
It's 2008, Ted.
2008. Fucking hell.
Jesus.
Well, the The new one, I'm not really holding out much hope that it's going to be any good. I mean, certainly I'm much more excited to see Oppenheimer, and I guess I'll see the Barbie movie, but the new Mission Impossible movie looks more fun.
Yeah.
Was there a new one?
Yeah.
There is.
I was very kindly, a lad wrote it into Triforce and invited me to the premiere, the cast and crew premiere, because he had a +1, and I was like, you know what, even though that would be a bit weird, I'm actually down for it, just because I really love the Mission Impossible movies.
So when is it?
I couldn't make it, I was in Stockholm.
Oh, I see. That is a shame. I know Luke the...
Puke?
Not the puke Luke, the tall Luke.
Good
The
Luke.
Crimson Chin.
Good Luke, yeah,
The
light
old
Luke.
one.
He's posted an image earlier where he looked like he was at some preview of it.
Mm.
Or he said he was at some preview of it.
Yeah, they
And he
do
said
that.
He didn't talk about it or whatever.
I mean, I really loved the last one, Fallout. I thought it was excellent.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It was a really good action movie. Made sense, unlike John Wick Part 4.
I think John Wick Part 4, watching it, it felt like one of those movies that was designed for people who make like hour-and-a-half long YouTube videos about fight choreography.
Yeah. Well, that was always the big thing, wasn't it, about John Wick, was look at that! Keanu's actually doing like reload procedures.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Fucking muscle flash.
Look at him clear that jam so well.
Extended mag Glock.
Really good.
57.1A model.
If you notice the details they put into that film when it comes to guns, I love it. It's just gun porn.
Oh, do you know what? One thing that made me furious watching it in the cinema, mate.
Go on, boss.
People were clapping.
What?
I was not having that. You know, clap for a movie that's like really good, lads.
Mate, these are
You're
the
gonna
same
clap?
people that clap when the plane lands. It's that audience. You know what I mean?
People have done that.
Yes! I've been on flights where people go when the plane lands, they're like, woo! I'm like, you know, this happens every day, folks. It's not like we've just been the first men on the moon or something. Like, we can calm down with the clapping. Also, I was on a
Is
flight.
it an American thing? I've never witnessed it on a BA flight.
No, not BA. I mean, this would be like your Monarchs, your Ryanairs.
I see.
You know,
I've been on Ryanair a bunch. I've not seen this Ryanair activity.
Cheap 20 quid flights to Spain and shit. You'll get the
Well,
clap.
when people are like, "Well, it's touch and go if we actually get it."
They're like, "We fucking made it. We made it. One of the lucky few." They're looking at the planes behind. Oh, sorry for that lot. The pilot's never gonna land it.
But I think the last time I got on a Ryanair, not an EasyJet flight even, was like 2 years ago. And we sat on the tarmac for 3 hours because they loaded the luggage onto the wrong plane. And so we were sat there, and eventually the pilot came over the tannoy and said, yes, sorry about the delay. Hopefully we'll get on the way soon because our takeoff slot expires in half an hour. And if we don't leave by then, we'll have to cancel the flight. Sorry. And we left with like 10 minutes to spare.
I think every Ryanair flight I've been on has been delayed. At least by like fucking an hour each time.
If you fancy a dive into Ryanair lore, go ahead and look up. It was on the Late Late Show, which is like a staple of Irish television. I can't remember the name of the lad. Any Irish people in chat can remember the name of the lad who presented it? They interviewed everybody. One of the guys he interviewed was the head of Ryanair, Michael something, I think his name is. And they were like, "Oh dear, head's gone in. They're gonna get Winston here, maybe. They do get Winston." And this is Evil Teddy's been slowed. That's popped. Nice. Peter Mandelson? No. Ryan Turbiddy? Are you guys making names up? Graham Norton is the Graham Norton show. What are you talking about? This is a show in Ireland. Michael, no, I might believe Rhino on this since he is Irish. People just making up names. Greg Talker. Yeah. Was it Steve Late that did the Late Late Show? I think it was. Anyway, he talks to the head of Ryanair and he says, "Gay Byrne, thank you, Bobo." And he says to him, "Is it true that you wanted to remove toilets?" And he said, "Yeah." And he said, "Just for short flights, just remove the toilets." He goes, "Because if I remove the toilets, I can fit another 6 rows in. And then he was like, and is it true you wanted to have people standing only on flights? He goes, yeah, just for cross-channel stuff and like across the Irish Sea stuff. £1 a flight. He said, believe me, if I did that, we'd have people, we'd sell out quicker than any other tickets. And he's probably right. People would pay £1 just to stand for 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
But I mean, how do they make any money on that flight?
I don't know, but that I mean they're obviously quite successful.
Oh,
Trouble with it. Oh, it's a lovely rabbit.
James!
Lovely rabbit from James. Yes, lads.
What a fight. Actual good dose from the Radiant team. Dire team, I don't know why the hammer was dropped so early on a TA who still had her shield up. Intriguing.
Yeah, so did I see that right? Did Samo accidentally imprison a melee creep next to the TA, but imprisoning the TA would have saved him from Static Storm anyway, so I'm not sure what the point was.
Who knew? I thought he imprisoned something to the left. I thought it was the techies that he imprisoned, but it was off camera.
I think it was a creep. It wasn't anything with a hero health bar.
I'm annoyed enough when I'm on a flight, and this is again on the this is a flight full of clappers. Let's put it that way. People who stand the entire flight talking to their mates, so they see it as like a social occasion. You're actually, you're not meant to be on the flight here. What happens is you stand the whole time, you drink the whole time, you just chat to your mates. So I'll be sitting there in my seat, and there's some bloke's arse in my face the entire flight. It's very, very annoying. James probably could just TP out, but he doesn't have one. Come in. You here to say goodnight? You had a shower. Very nice. Mwah.
They're really taking their time.
Was that me? No, because I flushed the toilet.
There was a villainous poop in that.
A villainous poop in the toilet. I flushed it, and there was still some in there. I apologise. That might have been your sister, because she also doesn't flush the toilet. But I definitely flushed it. I remember flushing it.
Fucking one he is.
Triple. Alright, I'll flush it more next time. I apologise, buddy. I love you too. Villainous.
A villainous poop.
Villainous poop.
Shameful.
They get Kieran.
Disgusting!
Well, it was one of his.
A classic vid.
Yeah.
I love the way that those girls were clearly recording it, and I don't know if they were live streaming, but did they see it and just post it anyway?
I have no idea.
Like, I want to know the story behind it.
It must have just got like sent to it somehow. Like, I don't know, the mum got hold of it and found it funny, or someone else got. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know where it was originally posted, to be honest.
I always assumed it was just them posting it because they thought, oh, it's funny, mum came in, post it on TikTok for the content.
But they look horrified. So my question is, did they look at it subsequently and think, oh my god, that's funny? But did they not also realise that it's them not flushing the toilet that is the start of it? So your mates would be like...
I don't even know if they were old enough at that point to find something like that funny.
Yeah, they were like little. So I don't know what...
They would probably find it traumatic, if anything. Maybe when they were older, slightly older, they saw the humour in it.
I don't know how old they were. I'm gonna look.
I mean, one of them looked like 5, something like that. I think I'd say maybe like 5 or 6 and like 9, 10.
Yeah, they are young. Wow, I seem to remember them being like, one of them was a teenager, but they are clearly 9 or 10. Here's the original Disgusting video. Let's look at this. So how did this end up on the internet?
Shallot, Becky and don't forget other trouble we got into.
Does somebody not know how to flush a toilet after they've had a shit?
A shit?
Well, I was fucking one of yous. Disgusting!
I love the way they both turn around. Like they've just been aggroed or something.
That had to be live. It had to be a live that someone clipped. I was fucking one of yous. Disgusting! Honestly, kids they're fucking revolting. They don't flush the toilet, they don't brush their teeth, they don't bathe. You just gotta fucking make them do it, because they're like, oh, it takes 5 minutes. I could be doing something, you know, else with that. I'm like, you've got so much time. You're children. If you're an old person, you can't be bothered to flush the toilet and you live alone. I'm like, fair enough. I get it. Odie's going to eat a lot of shit here. Timorous Prawn. No levels in your W. Your W saves your ass here, bud. Woo!
You do need like a good few kicks up the butt about your health.
Yeah. And just decency, living with people. Think of all the people you live with at university or have lived with throughout your years who are disgusting, and you're like,
yeah.
No one
Actually,
ever tell them.
what one thing that makes you realise is people who are like you, because that will piss you off. If someone else is equally as disgusting as you, you'll be like, fuck that guy. Who does he think he is?
He's disgusting.
I dare say that man is disgusting.
That gentleman is disgusting. I've never been so disgusting in my life.
Oh yeah, was it last week you weren't here, Ted? For the
Inhouse? Mate. Yeah, I think so. No, it was week before.
Okay. Oh yeah, it was week before. On that week, I brought up the conversation of that lad on the podcast who was like wanking in his living room.
Oh yeah, God.
And how the flatmates were just like, yeah, fair game, mate.
Where else is he gonna do it? I don't know, in his fucking bedroom. Oh yeah, but the telly's in here, isn't it?
It was just the most insane story ever.
It's bonkers. It was a great save from Winston.
Yeah, that was really good. Did not even
blink. Yep, didn't even give a shout out. We were too busy talking about disgusting.
we were doing like a posh accent for disgusting. I dare say, young James, that is disgusting.
Disgusting.
I've been disgusting.
Which of you young devils hasn't learned to flush the commode?
Yes. A villainous disgusting.
I dare say it is one of you two individuals.
One of you two rapscallions did not flush a lavatory. Your mate and I are furious. We're disgusted with Nanny. No simnel cake this week for either of you. He's not even here and he can't get away from it.
No, he is here. That's what we're hearing him live.
Yeah, he's phoning in.
From his household live.
You're right, sorry, he's right here. What am I thinking?
Yeah. It's the microphone installed in his house.
It is his birthday today, which is probably why he's not here.
Oh. Happy birthday, shithead.
He's got his girlfriend around, I'm pretty sure.
Happy birthday to me! Young Master Plague, your mate has baked you a simnel cake. Thank you, Nanny.
I'm sorry, Master Plague. Your father couldn't make it home from the bank today for your birthday.
Is it a banquet? Peter's at a banquet? Well, that's fair enough.
He sends his regards and a firm handshake.
And this telegram. Do-do-do-be-do-do.
I want to watch Amos farm in one of these games because I don't know how he does it.
Where is it?
It's like I don't know how Harry does it, where he's just like his team had a decent early game, they had decent early game heroes. He's just like off farming for 15 minutes and he's come out of the jungle.
You see what he's doing now?
I literally forgot his name was Harry because he always called him Pause.
Sorry, Harold, young Harold.
So if you watch Amos now, and I've seen this. This might not be a prime example, but let's see how many last hits. That's 1, 2, 3. Impressive.
Here comes the quadfecta.
4.
There it is.
But now Amos will walk back to base. Oh no, he's going to go this way. All right, he's up in his game. He's up in his game.
He has 7 ready to go.
It's just very slow when you watch the Goons farm.
Oh, he was waiting for 8.
So, Ariel, I find that when you do watch some farm, it's infuriating because I mean, for example, he didn't check the timer on that camp. He could have stayed there and farmed that camp again. I mean, I suppose, you know, fair enough. He's gone off, but now his Skelly boys are confused. They're farming that camp, so fair enough. But quite often you just watch the pattern of how they walk, and most importantly, if they're farming in a creep wave, before they get to a certain level, they just can't last hit. Like we've got so many moments where we're watching someone farm and they don't get a single last hit in the wave. It's like a huge wave, uncontested, just a couple of creeps there, and they just cannot get it. They just cannot do it.
That Spirit Breaker, was it last week? Yeah, it must have been last week. The Spirit Breaker
charged the wave,
on the tower.
got none.
So there were 9 creeps under that tower, and he got 1 of them.
Right, exactly. So that is how the lads are spending the time doing it. But like, James, look at this. He could be hitting these creeps, but he's going to go and stand over here instead. Like, that was 3 creeps, and now he's not going to farm those. He's just going to walk about. They're not going up here. It's if you add up the amount of time that they spend doing a little triangle. I mean, he had 3 creeps right there that were perfectly safe to farm, and he just that is Kieran just sticking a spell on a creep there, get some money for himself. Nice. So it's just micro inefficiencies and dog shit, and you just start to see it stack up, and that honestly explains a lot of it. The lads that can actually just hit creeps, if you can last hit in these games, you are a god.
I also think the lads don't get that Armlet has an active you can use when you're not team fighting.
So,
Amos has had the Armlet off for the last 3 minutes.
Amos's fear is that he loses health when he turns it on. This is why goons don't normally buy Armlet. He's bought Armlet because his guide has told him to buy Armlet. But I don't know if Amos knows how to use Armlet. So it's really pointless.
There's another kill. Oh, Jesus. Look at the damage from Venom.
Don't worry, boys. He's halfway to his Desolator.
This push is never going to happen. You can't get high ground against OD Venom.
Yeah.
They do have Meteor Hammer, I guess. Maybe I can just chip it down.
He does, but I'm telling you, I understand. The mind of the goon is you turn on Armlet equals health go down. So bad. Even though he has lifesteal from his vampiric spirit, and you know, when he crits stuff, he gets a bunch of health back. He's not going to use it. The lads don't like to use Armlet. They like to buy Armlet because the fucking Tortellini guide tells them to, but they don't like to. They don't know how to use Armlet. Like, it gives you fucking attack speed. It gives you damage. Do it. Turn it on. 25 bonus strength. Now they drag and pour Amos over
damage.
Here. Now they drag and pour Amos over here, and there isn't even a Tormentor.
He's found the Ancients.
But yes, if you ever want to know why anything, the lads just cannot last hit. Genuinely terrible at it. Buckle up. It's going to be a long
Amos
one.
has like 700 net worth over the Oracle, which I first
who
thought,
has no farming ability as far as I can tell.
I thought, oh, it's fun. He must have been, you know, because Winston's had a lot of like kill potential. He's got a lot of kills. Winston is 1 and 3.
Yeah.
5 assists.
Yeah, it's baffling. It's baffling.
It's 1 item.
But the thing is, the Wraith King has not got even any assists. Like, he's 0-2-0. He has not been present for any of the 9 kills his team has made. And he's just hitting creeps very slowly.
God, this game's gonna go on forever. We're never leaving.
Why is it with these techies buying Solar Crest? I don't understand. I see the lads buy Solar Crest all the time. What is the deal? Anyone?
It's done in pro games.
Do they get Solar Crest on techies in pro games?
I mean, techies is one of those heroes that's just like entirely item independent for the most part. So you can just buy like Greaves, you can buy.
But so what's the Solar Crest for?
I mean, it's minus armor. You got two forms of minus armor on your team between Meld and
It's
Gush,
7
makes some
armor.
kind of sense.
It's 7 armor. I don't understand when techies is meant to be Solar Cresting. I just don't see the value in it. You could get something else. You don't even really... I don't see people even fucking get Solar Crest that much, in all honesty.
I think I've seen...
I'm going to see if he uses it at any point.
No by here.
It's actually quite unfortunate that Abaddon has been ulted. Yeah, that almost was a death for Abaddon.
Oh, Amos is here. He still doesn't have Desolator.
I'm keeping an eye on this Solar Crest. He's used it on himself!
He used it on Amos.
He used it on Amos. But then he lost armor, didn't he? If you use Solar Crest, don't you lose armor? I can't remember how the fuck it works.
If you use it defensively, you like transfer the armor to...
Remove 7 armor from the caster when used.
Yeah. Every time I think about playing Wraith King, because it's been so long, I look at Reincarnate and I look at 100 seconds at level 3, and I don't know why you play this hero. Apart from it's the only hero Amos thinks you can play carry.
So, here's my further question with the Solar Crest is you already have a TA who's got a Deso, and Tide who can do Gush every 12 seconds for -5 armor. Why get it? Get a Greaves. Get a Greaves. Unless Oracle's getting Greaves, but he's not. He's going to fucking Aetherlin's Octarine. I just don't get it. It's not going to matter this game, but it's not for me. Not for me, Jeff.
That's not for me.
I don't know, Jeff. Just don't know.
I mean, Wraith King's just in the bin. You don't see him that often. You sometimes see teams get him as a response to Void, because then at least the guy you've put all your money on doesn't die in Chrono, or if he does, he comes back, you know?
I think the only... I mean, pro verticommas. The only pro team I've seen picking him has been Nigma, because since they got Mike and Yuma, and Yuma's like a Wraith King specialist.
Right. But it's not like you can do... Like, if you're a specialist on Wraith King, it's like the most no-brain hero that there is. You just hit, and you come back to life. Like, it's not like you're like a Morph or something like that who can do some amazing play. You're still just a Wraith King. I would argue anything you can do on a Wraith King, you can do on pretty much any hero.
Yeah.
He's just a right-clicking core who farms and has skeletons and has 2 lives. Like, that's about it. Like, if you told me this guy's a Morph specialist, I'd be like, scary. But a Wraith King specialist? It's like, what is that? So in Amos's mind, he's 4th bottom in net worth. His question is going to be, what have I done wrong this game? I don't understand it. And I would say, number 1, you have to understand that hitting jungle creeps along this alleyway of sadness is never going to get you rich. They're worth fuck all. A single kill is going to be worth more than the entire run that you just did farming these creeps. That's 22 quid. 24 quid, so we're up to 46. 45, so that's 8, that's 91. Plus another 9. So 100 gold. And it took you like 20 seconds.
And Head gets twice that from charging creep wave.
You charge 1 creep wave, you get all that money. Jungle creeps suck. I think a lot of the time that, you know what, I think if the carry loses the lane and isn't a hero that can get kills without items, the problem is the lads immediately retreat to the jungle. You never see them pushing a wave out, not even once. They get their 3s and their 4s to do that. and then they just retreat to the jungle, and the farming problem spirals from there. They're not getting any kills. They're not participating in anything. They're not getting any assist gold. They're just fucking hitting sad little jungle stacks.
I think when they play from behind, sometimes lads just think, it's okay, if I farm enough, eventually, at like 60 minutes, I will be 6-slotted and be able to carry this game. But Wraith King's just not one of those heroes.
We did play
Like,
against a Wraith King,
just...
it was either this morning or yesterday, and the lad was, I mean, he was absolutely fucking jacked by the end of the game, and we just couldn't kill him. But their whole team was like beef. They had like Wraith King, Ogre, Pudge or something stupid like that, and it was just like, we didn't have any damage, so we just could never kill him. And there are certain games, that could have been pretty much any hero. The fact he has 2 lives means he can just stand there and chunk buildings, and you don't want to waste your shit on him, because if it takes a lot to kill him, he's still him. He's still alive. So that's when he can be good, but I feel like... oh, hello.
But mostly he's just like... I mean, he's a timing hero. He's a hero that hits timings with like Armlet with Deso, and then he fights with those items, and then, you know, you get some kills, you get an objective, and then you get a gold to buy another item from that objective. He's not a hero.
What do you mean,
farms
mate? Amos built this armlet and the Deso for the farming.
For the farming efficiency.
Just never going to use the armor, that's all.
Will he get blink?
Can they push? What's happened here?
Creep wave dies, lads cries. They did get a bot lane Rax, so it's not all bad. Poor Amos, this is just tragic. He's catching up in farm on his OD, who has actually, by dint of the fact that Samo has been sitting mid, and Head is charging every wave, so Samo's never getting any last hits. And now Amos has to hide. The old 0 stacks Deso, indeed. He just got it. Clavs has a 16 stack Deso. Oh no, Amos! No, Amos!
Amos, you wally.
Oh, he's cutting. Get out.
Woo!
Well, that was just shocking. More than bold.
What are they waiting for?
I love it when the lads do this. They kill the creep wave and then they insta smoke as if that's going to fool the lads. But you know what? Probably will.
Are we going to do anything?
Smoke reveal.
Just stop. Everyone stop what you're doing. Look at yourselves. Do something good.
Boys are in.
Well, that's one ult used.
Oh, I don't know why this Avalon doesn't have Manta either. Isn't Manta like super good?
Yeah.
Yep. It's like Echo Saber Manta.
Oh my god, Kieran got 2 shot.
Because I was thinking I actually might rate like
James, you are full health.
Abaddon like Manta Diffblade against Medusa.
That is abysmal.
It's abysmal.
James?
Just stop. Just push, lads.
How'd he catch?
What are you doing, James? Don't kill him,
Use all your
lads.
stuns on the tide turn, sir.
Armlet is toggled. Repeat, armlet is toggled. Now he's toggled it off, and he's died.
You can take more buildings, lads. I believe.
Go on, Amos. You can kill
Press
the
W.
techies.
Yes, Prawn. Double disarm.
Oh my god, that ult from Samo. It did nothing. Get Samo.
Yes, Kieran. Look at
Kieran is
look
trying
how
his goddamn
little
best.
damage everybody's taking.
Oh, that's a nice stun from Tide.
Honk. Thank God, Teddy. Teddy MVP. He's hitting buildings.
Yeah, Teddy knows what's up. God, this could be like a 10-30 finish. Oh, rub my hand with delight.
I only just realised that having maxed in prison, Samuel on the OD went treads Witchblade BKB.
Yeah. Did he not get? He did get a. He didn't get a hammer.
No.
Okay. Amos.
I mean, Witchblade can work, but it's either
You don't
Witchblade or
max
an
the.
Arcane Ore.
You don't even
or
need. You
Astral
don't even
and
need 4
Meteor.
levels in the fucking prison anymore. Well, that was
Yeah.
abysmal. Amos LVP straight off the bat. And I'm going to give MVP to let's say Evil Teddy for actually finishing the game, even though Clavs went 11, 1, and 10. That's what I'm doing. Who's meant to be the counter
Give it on to Clavs.
To Clavs in this one, Eri? Who's meant to be their Clavs? Settle that for me, bud.
Well,
go on.
It was Samo and Head,
okay,
Coop and Teddy, Clavs.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the
Winston.
team. I'm looking at the team.
As in, those are supposed to be the balances.
So, Winston is meant to be the baddie on GSF.
The baddie on GSF is Timorous Prawn.
Right.
James is okay. Winston plays 2 heroes and one of them's Oracle.
I see. But
and Clavs is incredibly hit or miss.
So who is the
Teddy
Clavs
is okay.
on Dominant and Infertile? There isn't one really.
Oh, is Legend?
I mean, Head is probably the best player in this game in terms of consistency.
Yeah.
I think
he was pos 4.
I mean, yeah, but like his team just doesn't have any damage to kill heroes if he charges them.
Yeah, they just suck as well. Is the other problem. Anyway, you've got a lobby to fix.
I certainly do.
Samo is higher MMR than Clavs.
Can you believe that Samo is Legend?
No. This is the thing: is you can get ranks in Dota, especially the lower levels of ranked, by just spamming 1 or 2 heroes and getting carried. Believe me, I speak from experience.
Samo only plays 1 or 2 heroes, and he's shit on all of them. And also we have Riley for this game. If he
yes, let's get Riley in here.
Give Eri a bit of a break. I know it's like
you go and sort this shit out, Eri. We're gonna get Riley in. We'll create a new channel and hop in there. Liz Truss is a cunt is the channel. Tempted to change it to Suella Braverman is a cunt, but then it feels like I'm just having a go at the women.
I think they deserve to have a go at not women.
Women, fucking women deserve everything they fucking get.
Do you know what? No, I'm gonna double down. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. I'm sick of women. Fucking nonsense.
I'm taking a stand.
Finally, a man who's ready to say what we're all thinking.
I'm fully on board.
We all hate women in this channel. We'll call it the Women Hating Channel. We all hate women. That's the name of the channel. Which of you is single? Snook says, I see how it is.
Yeah, well, you know, that was some pretty suspicious Dota games to you the other day, so...
Yeah, Snook. Greg's listening.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back, really. I think it's mostly your fault.
I feel bad for Greg because Munt making a joke about him hating women means that now people who don't even know Greg, like MJ Holland, feel that they can chip in with, "Ooh, Greg hates women."
Who the fuck is MJ Holland?
Who is
I don't know,
MJ
but he's
Holland?
aware that Greg.
I see.
Greg is a misogynist.
How long has he been a sub for?
Dutch Michael Jackson.
Deary me. He's been here 38 months, so he's probably just he's a listener.
He knows what's up.
He takes in all. He's like a historian in many ways. Like if they have like a dog shit feature on the Discovery Channel about online communities, and they're going to interview this lad about our community.
It would be on like TLC.
Yeah.
This group of gamers has been playing the same video game for 17 years, and they hate it.
I feel like you can make that, Riley. You got all the ingredients ready to go.
Listen now, as we go to their communications channel. Fucking guys, I can't believe... Just Luke, shut up. That's what it'd be.
The women are colluding. The women are colluding.
The women are colluding.
It's the little lean in. The women are colluding. Okay, dude.
Oh, Dave's in this one.
Is he? Well,
He's
he
in
could
the
be.
unassigned players. I guess.
There is a Teleporno
Oh, there's a Lil
feature.
Viddy as well.
Wow. Who's Joaquin Phoenix again?
He's in Goon.
I think that's Reg or something like that.
Oh yeah.
It's the exact sort of thing that Reg would be called.
Give Dave a
Thing is,
run.
I don't know if I can get on board with the Joaquin Phoenix.
It's Dr. Jonas? No, yeah, it is Reg. It is Reg.
Jonas
I don't
doesn't
know.
play
Like,
in
is
Inhouse.
it really a Dota name? If it's
It's
just
not.
the
It's
name
just
of
the
the
name.
dude,
It's just the name.
even though it has a Dota hero in the name, I don't know if it's in the spirit of it.
I'll be honest with you. Anyone that is picking Dave over any other living human being for their team deserves the L. Like, this guy is a level 30 Witch Doctor and still doesn't understand that you cannot face tank the entire enemy team just to get a bongo off. Like, you just
I
can't
love
do it.
I love when you criticize Dave.
He just runs in there. He just charges in there. There's like 5 of them running at us. And he's just like, oh, good bongo off. It's like, what's that going to do?
Oh, sure, whatever.
I'm just trying to get bongo off. Maledict never cast. He may as well unbind it. Unbind Maledict. Dave is a level 30 Witch Doctor. Yes. If you ban Witch Doctor, you force him.
Is he level 30?
He is
Witch
level
Doctor?
30. He is level 30.
He is, yeah. Yeah.
Really?
They both are.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
'Cause he's only got 43 wins on Witch Doctor.
I'm almost certain he is. I know KBJ is, but I thought that we played with Dave and he was level 30 as well. Could be wrong.
I don't think he is.
Well, we'll
His
find out.
profile says 43 wins on
That's
Witch
yeah,
Doctor.
but that could be 300 losses.
I know that could be, but I don't think it is.
I don't know if I've seen Dave play Witch Doctor in the houses. He just plays techies and punch.
I was 90% sure that Dave... He played Witch Doctor this morning. I really was sure that he was level 30, and we even commented on it. But that might have just been KBJ. But everyone we were playing with shouldn't have been surprised by that either.
You did play with KBJ as well.
Yeah, we did. Played with KBJ, then Dave, the double header. It's like going to the cinema for a double header, and they're both fucking shit movies. You walk out of both.
Imagine going to the theater. Oh man, that was a shit film. Only sat through half of it. Can I get a refund and see another one?
It's unbelievable. And then that's fucking awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the time I went to the cinema, I watched the whole of Species, which is a terrible movie. Then we
Never
left
heard of
it and walked into Waterworld, and which was actually the
I
double
have
header
seen
of
that one.
KBJ Dave. But the weird thing is, Species was dog shit. That could be Dave. KBJ, it was actually kind of charming in a bad way, Waterworld. So that's KBJ.
And Dave doesn't even
Dave
care.
is Species, KBJ is Waterworld. By the way,
Dave has really, really annoyed you.
It was so bad.
I mean, I literally have never wanted to play with someone less than Dave after laning with him.
It's just literally, to me, it's insultingly carefree. Like, it's like, this is me, this is my free time, and you're wasting it just so I don't give a shit. It's like, right, so now I don't get to give a shit either. You're foisting your lack of any kind of
You are
consideration.
no longer required, Eric. You can take a rest, mate.
Yeah, go rest.
Radiant
No longer required nor wanted, quite frankly.
I think you did quite well.
By the way, the new coach of Monaco, new football coach, Adolf Hutter. Very close.
Adolf Hutter.
Very, very close.
They were like, well, you know. God, what were his parents thinking? Like, name him, like, you know, Carl Hutter or something. Why have we gone with Adolf?
Or Pizza Hutter. Anything.
Yeah, Pizza Hutter. Oh, dear. That would, honestly, that would be legendary.
But what are you going to chant? Adolf's army. Like, no. You can't chant any of the things you would normally shout. It's just as bad as it gets.
Oh, dear.
Radiant team pick.
They've banned... the Society Livers have banned Techie's Witch Doctor immediately.
Yep. That's Dave's heroes.
Means he
They are
must play
literally
Pudge.
targeting Dave. Just pick.
So
pick
they really want Dave to play Pudge. That's it.
No, they should pick Pudge themselves.
No, but if Dave plays Pudge, it's a free win.
He can play ET. That is true. Termfalk says he's the best ET player I know. I guess I'm gonna play Elder Titan.
I'd love to see him pick like a Bloodseeker or something, and just be completely out of his level.
10 seconds remaining.
He's the Doctor from The Simpsons. That's Dave.
He is always out of his depth, even when he's meant to be in his depth. Even in fucking like toe deep water, he's out of his depth.
Getting pretty deep here, guys. It just started raining, Dave. Yep.
Oh, there it is. He's so predictable.
The thing is, the Goon Elder Titan never turns into the giant briefcase punching man that Elder Titans I played against that terrify me do. Where they just come at you and they give you the fucking, nowadays, give you the harpoon and they're like, bap bap, batty bap bap bap, and they hit for 1,000,000 damage. They just send in the spirit and stomp.
Oh, Centaur. Is Centaur any good these days, Ashwin?
Not really.
I played him earlier.
We did dub on it. But...
And it was a dub, but it didn't feel like I had this, like, it didn't feel as good as like a lot of other offlaners where you can just like rock up and like solo kill someone like Mars or like a Primal Beast or like a Timbersaw. I just sort of went in and stunned and double edged, and I was like, well now I have nothing left.
Yeah.
I kind of did it though, because we had the team to back it up. But...
I mean,
after a lot of the game, it was kind of rough for some point.
I feel like, I mean, he does farm quite well because of double edge and the retaliate and everything, so he does get fat and he can become very, very... we played against some Centaurs, and I've played Centaurs sometimes, where you get like, you get your armor, you get your heart, you get your overwhelming blink and shit, and they just can't touch you. You're just so tanky, it's ridiculous. He can become this unkillable fucking beast. But he just, other than that, he's like a mediocre stun that is easily dodgeable because the fucking wind-up on it is so big. And then double edge. It's like, that's it. So I think if they made his spells a bit better, he'd probably be decent. But I honestly think all you have to do is tune his stuff up a little bit and just see how it goes. Just tune it up by like 10-15%. See how it goes. But they never will. They'll be like, we're gonna give him a fucking horse and cart trial behind him, and you have to pay 4,000 for him to go for this privilege.
The horse cart is pretty cool though, eh?
It's funny, but it's fucking... when they put it in the game, I thought this has to be a fucking April Fool's joke. It's ridiculous. Timbersaw kind of fucks both of these boys. So that's going to be interesting. And they got Undying, which is also not pog for these guys.
Nope. It's really not. I'm sure Dyer won't notice and probably gonna pick another like 3 strength heroes or something.
Yeah, well, Ben is maybe being forced into picking his Primal Beast because they banned his OD. They haven't banned his Zeus yet, so maybe he'll go for that. I think I would probably go for the Zeus. He's gonna pick anything of his. I like Lena's probably pretty good though. I don't know if he plays it. What the fuck does Stezzy do?
So, Termfalk, I disagree. Like, saying that Centaur was good when you did Manta and that the fucking illusions would take tier 4s and everything, that, if I remember, that would have been in the illusion meta when everybody just fucking, it was just illusions all the time. You just took buildings with illusions, like Shadow Demon was a first pick because you can just make illusions of Luna and she goes and hits the buildings and all that. That's not good, because that's easily nerfed. I'm just saying, you just buff this hero a little bit, he actually could be genuinely good, because he's a tanky offlaner, his ult is kind of fun, nice mechanic, everybody runs fast, he's got a stun, he gets in there, it's hard to hit him, all the rest of it. Like, you know, you can build him a few different ways. There's nothing stopping this hero fundamentally at its core being not a bad hero. But then they nerfed all stuns, and you just stun and double edge, and then like Ashton said, you're just kind of standing there. Like, it's just like, what do I do with this guy? You think about someone like Spirit Breaker. Charge is so powerful, and you can farm really fast with it. Timbersaw, spells super low cooldown, here, there, and everywhere, real problem, does a lot of damage, can run over a game early on. You never see that from Centaur. So it's just one of those things you just think...
Stampede is just a really shit ability.
It's really, really shit.
in this like meta where there's loads of auras flying about and everyone's got high move speed anyway, people moving at maybe like 15% faster move speed for 5 seconds is real shit.
gives
That's like
a
a
shit?
drums of endurance. Just
Right.
buy a drum.
Like fucking boots of bearing. And
Yeah.
that's your ult. This is very beefy versus very beefy.
Oh, there's the Ben Necro.
That's a cool pick.
That is a pretty neat pick.
Seconds.
No, you're right. Yeah, that was when people actually played him. But it was only because he was like some busted
5
mechanic.
seconds remaining.
No one uses the stampede damage. If the whole team charges over someone, that's a sizable nuke. It's not enough.
It's so like, when are you ever going to do that? When you're already on top of them? Like, that's not when you need to use stampede.
It's just not good enough. Like, if you start fights with it, it's like, "Roar," and if they're
Yeah,
running at
that's
you,
cool.
you'll just BKB, and that's like, alright, well, now we know the fight's coming. I think if you initiated with Blink Stun on like a couple of guys and then stampeded so your team could get in there, I can see that kind of working. And you're just running around slowing everybody. I can see that kind of working, but I just think, just give him something else. Make him, like, a lot of these heroes just kind of like meh. I mean, Undying at the moment is just fucking broken, so they're going to nerf him into oblivion. Necro needs a buff, I think. I don't think he's particularly good at the moment. Played with Grumpy this morning. Grumpy, hope you're in chat. Begged you not to get a Radiance. You got one anyway and we lost the game. I wonder if there's a lesson here.
Nope, no lessons learned.
And Red was like, oh my god, like we literally, I was playing, and he was like, I think I'm going to get a Radiance here. I was like, don't do that. Like, just get the auras and shit. And Red was like, yeah, if he just gets auras, I think this game is actually pretty good. And I look around sometime later after a pretty bad start. What do I see? My Necro with Radiance and nothing else. And then the game was shit. And we lost.
Oh, interesting. I'd have to take that one to the discussion board.
Is that what our new higher powers are called?
The
discussion board.
The marquee of the discussion board
Yeah.
has found you wanting, Ted Wick.
5 seconds.
Well, done over.
Ted Wick, excommunicado.
I was excommunicado from birth, mate. I grew up
26 million
excommunicado.
eggs. It seems like our Ted Wick is on the way to his game 3 of the in-houses.
Who will kill him? Please don't. He is struggling to get up the small flight of stairs leading to the in-houses. That was the bit where Mrs. F was like, oh, it's almost over. Because we split it over 2 nights. We got it on fucking Rakuten or something. With a free voucher. We get every month we get a free movie on Rakuten. It's like a streaming platform. And we watched the first half. And Mrs. F was like, how long's left? I was like, 1 hour and 40. She was like, fuck me. We'll watch the rest tomorrow. I was like, fair enough. Come out the next day, we're watching it. And the scene where he's going up the steps at Sacre-Cœur. And then he gets kicked all the way back down.
And then he's
she
all
was
the way
like,
back down.
oh! And I was like, you're really getting into it.
It was. Oh, some of the scenes were honestly painful. How long and extended they were. And even the fucking finale with the old stupid old-fashioned shooting. It was just like so long and drawn out.
Yeah, it really was, and it wasn't even cool. But
Yeah,
it was like,
that's
you
what the people
arrogant
applauded
fool.
at. That's what they applauded at. When the marquee got domied, people were like, "Woo, yeah!" And I was like, "Sit down,
sit down,
wake me up when there's a good movie."
What film was this? Sorry.
John Wick Part 4.
Oh god, no, I didn't watch that. Why would I ever want to watch that?
Because you've seen the other 3, you want to see where this fascinating tale goes?
I don't care about the story.
Spoiler
I just like
alert,
watching John Wick
kills a lot of
get
people.
Yeah, I would just do acid and watch the first 2 again. Like that. Those are 2 different movies at that point.
There is another nightclub scene in the 4th one. Though.
I think there's a nightclub scene.
I think there's a nightclub in every one of them.
Oh, really?
I think there is, because that's the best. Like a dark place with enclosed positions where there's a lot of doors. Like that's perfect.
It's not even that.
That is John Wick territory.
It's not even that. It's so they can have cool lighting, and so they can have grinding. I don't know who listens to the music that they play in these clubs, but it's
Greg.
always fucking
Germans,
awful.
Greg
Germans.
does.
Even Greg listened to shit like that. Also, here's another thing. Did you guys think, Ashwin? Did you think that there was a Hotline Miami reference?
Yeah. No, I was really actually. I was chuffed with that scene. I was like, this is really nice shooting.
Like it really was. Like even
really
the music
enjoyed that
sounded
scene.
like Hotline Miami. I was like, this is cool. Like I said to Mrs.
Like when
F,
he blasted that lad with the shotgun, it looked like fucking stunning.
it was amazing. It was amazing.
After all the dog shit I had to sit through, that potentially made it worth it.
Like I said to Mrs. F, the technical sort of ability to make that shot, it is unreal. They had to build that whole set, have this huge crane camera, rehearse that. They had all the lighting, all the effects, everything. It was honestly a technical achievement. I just think at some point, hire someone who can write dialogue or an interesting story and get them. Because the thing is, if there was anything at stake other than have to kill the Marquis,
he literally he just wants to have a nice chill life. That's all. John isn't like gunning forever, and he's like, I want to just stop.
And they're like, no, Mr. Wick, no. The table
Mr. Wick, this is not how things work in the table. And
the mantelpiece will hear of this, Mr. Wick. The little cupboard just by the refrigerator is not happy with your
Don't get me started on the teacups.
The maitre d' to death is livid. He's a billionaire. He made all that money from assassinations somehow.
Oh dear. I'm glad that it's over because I don't know I don't know if you how you go further than this.
No, please.
I don't know who you get in. Is there going to be some sort of
space
galactic
base?
overlord
No, it's a space base.
they're reporting to?
Moonbase Alpha is furious with you, John Wick.
Welcome to the Lunar Continental, Mr. Wick.
A gunfight on the moon would be sick, though.
There is one in Ad Astra, if you're interested.
Ad Astra.
Yeah, that's a sort of space vehicle for Brad Pitt, if you like. It's got some nice effects. He doesn't really say or do much in the film. I think they just said to him, just don't move your face at all. He's like, can do, because that's pretty much his performance. It's okay. It's like, I'd give it a solid 4.5 out of 10. Ad Astra.
That's real interesting score.
Is it like a cool gunfight on the moon though?
It's 2 moon rovers or moon buggies with astronauts having a gunfight. That's it.
30 seconds to battle.
It immediately brings to mind the always was meme, It's sort of literally that kind of astronaut suit and they have a gunfight. It's got some nice ideas, like the sort of lunar bases all have like McDonald's and KFCs and shit like that in them, because of course they do. It's okay. It's not offensively bad. It's not good. You're never going to watch it again. It's like, it was 2 hours of time that I burned. Unlike Mad Max Fury Road, which is 10 out of 10.
That fucking movie rules.
I love
God,
that
that's
film.
a cool
I love
movie.
that film so much.
I saw that and I was like, oh man, my ideal job in life is to be the guy that plays the flamethrower guitar as everyone charges in.
Now that film was just start to finish perfect. Perfect film.
Good movie.
You get nothing.
I mean, I think they're making a sequel, aren't they?
I think they had announced they were, but I don't know if that's... I think it's kind of an Avatar 2 situation.
I mean, I'm happy for it to take 10 years as long as it's good. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I don't need it now. Like, the first one is so good. Not the first one. The, Fury Road.
Sure.
The first one of this new reboot. Deny that creep, Epic Doom. Yes! Epic Doom, a very quiet baddie.
It was really funny listening to one of your games the other day, where you're in tears, fucking asking for the lads to talk, and even at that point, the lads are still silent. They're still. Nothing. It's like you're like, we need to talk. Someone needs to say something. Like hello, and everyone is. Still
they didn't.
silent.
No one said sorry. Yeah, been a bit quiet. They're all just like shitting themselves. Oh, can't speak on stream.
Literally, like the disgust stain. They just whip around and there's Ted.
One of you can fucking speak! Disgusting! No, Charlize Theron and Mr. Tom Hardy did not get on, apparently. But I hope that didn't stop them making another one. They didn't like each other much in the films. Just use it. Use it, as they say in actings. ScienceWhizBen is dicing with death here. Woo! Not really a good matchup, I think, for Necro here. You want to be up against some Chungus lad who's going to just bing chill mid and you can just sap his strength. And I guess you can always Ghost Shroud, but it doesn't really last long enough to deal with Wendy ult, which persists for fucking ever, it feels. 20 seconds? I mean, what the fuck? And it persists through death. You come back from Aegis, you're still gonna be focus fired. They're making two movies. They're making a Furiosa prequel and a Max prequel just called Mad Max The Wasteland. Sounds great. I mean, this is the thing. They don't need to, John Wick style, rely on some dog shit world building that they've done. They can just say, yeah, it's just the wasteland, and here's a new situation that Max needs to solve, and that's the whole fucking story. We do have a PA. Intriguing.
Yeah, a Zoe PA. We'll see how.
The PA was last picked, so I think it was. They knew the Wendy was there, so now it just means, I guess they both need to get MKBs.
Fight fire with fire, right?
It never works. Fire brigade turned up and started hosing fire on my house, exclaiming, "Well, fight fire with fire, mate, isn't it?" I'd be like, "Can you lads fuck off?"
I like the idea that your house is not already on fire.
No, it's on fire, or it's not on fire, and they turn up.
Yeah,
we're fire brigade, mate. We start fires. That's clues in the name, boss.
Well, I mean, you lads are paying us, so
yeah, you're paying us to fight fires, so we're fighting and we're having fires. That's it. We fight in fires. No, it's like I mean, at oil well fires, what they'll do is they'll legit use explosives to put the fire out because
it starves it of oxygen.
You get the oxygen out of there, and the fire goes out. But a house fire, you don't want to use fire.
But a forest fire, you do want to use fire, but only specific fire in special places.
Grumpy, that's a very old and boring meme.
One film that I did see recently that I really liked. Oh, Viticus has gone on top. He's in trouble. But a big stick charge will keep him alive.
I don't think it will. I think Zoe's got this shit. Pow, pow. Pow.
Yeah! First blood for the paw. First blood.
I saw Wes Anderson's Asteroid City.
What did you think?
I liked it. I'm a Wes Anderson fan.
So I love pretty much all his films. Even Darjeeling Limited, which isn't a particularly good one. I thought it was okay. Asteroid City had some really good moments, but didn't you feel like the play within a play element of it just missed me with that whole thing? It was completely unnecessary.
So I saw it twice.
Okay.
Is how much I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was like it was cool to see because it didn't feel like a movie about really anything in particular,
right,
other than acting and like
I wanted to know,
like
that. The interesting thing to me was the Asteroid City plot felt like a Wes Anderson plot. It's like there's a bunch of kids called for a science fair, Asteroid City, aliens visit. I wanted to explore what his version of aliens visiting would be like, and what that, like, how the US government responds, and the general and all that. But instead, we spent all this time with, felt completely shoehorned in, Ed Norton's character. What the fuck is that all about?
He's just in the back.
Just some guy. And then that bit where they go, if you've never asleep, you'll never awaken, or whatever. My daughter, she was like, what the hell was that all about? She's 11, and she didn't like that bit at all. I was like, I didn't blame you, love. I didn't like that bit either. I was like, what is the plan here? It was just felt very weird.
Yeah, it did. But I think that's what I like about it, is that it was very bizarre.
I think if you look at something like the Royal Tenenbaums, which is like, I'd say, the best, along with Grand Budapest, which is just two absolutely superb films. Really good setup, nice consistent story, and I wanted to know more about it, and he explored that world. I felt with Asteroid City, he set up this world I wanted to know more about, and some characters I was like, I want to know more about these guys, but it felt, in the end, like he was just shoehorning in as many famous friends of his as he could. It's just like, this felt like a wasted opportunity, and the whole extra bit with the play within a play.
Dead top.
I think you could have removed that, and the film would have been the same. It didn't change it. It didn't make it better for me.
I think I agree, but I like it because it was weird and quirky and didn't really live up to expectations. I got one of my coworkers to see it who'd never seen. It is. It's a bizarre film, though. This was her first
Wes Anderson film?
Yeah, and I told her, and she's not into like that anything like counterculture or stuff like that. I got her to come with me because I told her it was a film about aliens.
Okay. I suppose technically it is.
I mean, kind of. She loved it. She liked the little Roadrunner. That turns up.
That did not feel very Wes Anderson to me. The Roadrunner.
No, it didn't.
I watched. I've seen all of his films, and I've got to say, I thought that his last two, I thought French Dispatch was okay, but it could have been a lot better.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite.
I thought that the police cooking bit was perfect. That whole section of the film where the police siege and the guy who does police cooking, I thought that was really funny little detail. But I wanted to know more about the people that worked at the French Dispatch. Instead, that whole bit with the prisoner who was an artist, that felt super boring.
I think that's the point, is that it's like little vignettes. But I think he
doesn't normally do that. Grand Budapest, his whole thing is explaining every detail of something. Like in the Isle of Dogs, I thought like it perfectly explained every character. You wanted to know more, and you wanted to. It was a good story, and just beautiful film. Fantastic Mr. Fox, brilliant film. Yeah, explained all the characters in a way where you wanted to know more about them, and you found out everything you needed to know. Don't just tease with an interesting character and be like, well, it's kind of enigmatic and you don't know all these things. Like, just fucking tell me, bro. I want to know. Don't create a good character and then sack it off because you can. Cheating the audience. This is surely Epic Doom killing ScienceWhizBen. Just doesn't fancy it. No. You had it in a creep
the Iron
wave.
Branch. He could have done the Iron Branch.
He didn't need to. He was in a fucking creep wave. Just shackle him to a creep.
Yeah. Just didn't fancy it.
Who was I playing with the other day that had no idea you could be shackled to creeps? It's like, how many games of Dota have you played? You've never been shackled to a creep? Are they going to do anything here, I wonder? Oh, they're going to try and get Paragoon. Oh, no.
Here comes little Viddy. Don't run, Dave. He'll kill you.
He's going to TP home. He doesn't even need to. I think he could bing chill. Paragon might still be in trouble. Necro has ult. They don't know he's here.
I guess I can.
Start a fight! Someone start a fight!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Get in there!
Here comes Ben. No. Why did he go home? He really did not have to. He could have just stayed, and now his teammates are he's just walking back. Oh boy.
Spirit Breaker's left. They're trying to leave NPR alone up here, and they're going to try and go on Zoe, but I don't know if this is going to be successful. That's a lot of damage, but she sent her ults away. Meanwhile, bot. Wendy took mid for all that. All those heroes down there doing nothing. Where's Ashwin gone?
Probably having a shit.
Probably. I had to earlier, it happened.
Dire's middle
Fair
tower
enough.
is under attack.
Happens. No, you just gotta go. I haven't seen Joaquin Phoenix's farm, but it can't be good. Oh, it's not bad.
Wow. Why did she fucking rupture the AA? That felt bad.
Didn't need it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Epic Doom has now turned up for what?
Epic Doom is epically terrible at the game. This is my conclusion. Played with him a fair bit in the morning stacks. A quietly dreadful player.
Structures are fortified.
Timorous.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Like, I don't know why he didn't even try to kill Ben mid. Just didn't do anything.
Did not want to. They just don't think they can. I think a lot of the time they're like, oh, they don't realize that they have the ability.
But if you look at his net worth, he's 5th, which ain't good. And he hasn't got a halberd, so I don't know how.
Hello?
Hello. Can they do anything here? They cannot. Oh my!
Where'd you go off to, Ashwin?
Well, I went to go get a drink originally, and then I just played with my dog for like 10 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Who's a good boy?
Yeah, I was pretty much the substance of it.
Had to get angry with Aggie this evening. She crossed the line.
What's she done?
So she's very territorial about who sits where on the sofa. She understands that me and Mrs. F sit on the sofa, and when she sits on the sofa with us, she feels elevated to 3rd in the house. Because the kids don't sit on the sofa very often. When the kids do sit on the sofa, they sit next to either me or Mrs. F, and she gets very upset about this, and she's like, hang on a sec, no.
Oh my god, I thought I was the
whoa. I'm losing position here, this is unacceptable. So, I was sitting with my eldest today, we're watching The World at War, a classic World War II documentary series.
Yeah.
She wanted to watch something, she was like, Dad, I'm doing World War II at school. I need to watch something about World War II. Give me a bit of
Oh man, I wish
help.
I could do World War II at school.
I
Again.
know, and I was like, this is it, love. This is the homework I can help you with. Love World War II. Let's go.
Let me know when Hoy
Get on Hoy. Yeah, get me on Hoy. Get on Hoy. But so we were watching World War, and she sat next to me, and the dog was like trembling in terror that she had lost her seat. And in the end, she decided to sit practically on my daughter, trying to get her to move. And I was like, all right, this is ridiculous. I kicked her off the sofa. She went and sulked in the corner. It's like, you can't do this. You can't.
That's no bueno, mate.
Yeah, you can't try and boot my child off the sofa. She was in big trouble.
My old dog was like that, where, because he loved my mum way more than anyone else.
Yeah.
So basically, whenever anyone got close to her, he was like he wasn't like super impressed. He didn't really mind it if it was me and my brother. He did mind it a lot if it was my dad. And he just get pissed off all the time if anyone was in the zone. Oh, why did he cancel the stomp?
I don't know. Dave is one of the best ETs Termfalca's ever played with. Sorry, I
haven't played with many, eh? It's not picked often, to be fair.
See, but Dave is just a stomp and an ult. That's the issue. I don't see Dave doing the punchy very often.
Yeah, I don't really know what the game plan is, to be honest. He's getting boots of Baron. Yeah. Anyway, my new dog Ted is just one of these dogs who's just happy to be involved at any stage.
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, whatever, just send it. I don't care who's here. Let's have a party.
I'm just delighted. There are people and me. Like, this is the best combo ever. That's what you want. But yeah, once they start to get possessive of people and places, you got to shut that shit down.
Yeah.
I know some people think it's kind of harsh, maybe sometimes. Like to tell dogs off for things like that. It's like, well, they're just a dog, they don't understand. But I think you have to understand that the psychology of dogs doesn't allow for you to just say, overlook stuff in a weird way. They're always angling for position, and that's their job. Is to.
That's just how they roll.
Yeah, that's it. In a pack of dogs, that's what they want to do: is work their way up the pack.
Well, apparently there is no alpha in a wolf pack, or that's how the science goes. Like the alpha thing was just made up.
Right. But there's definitely dogs who are
there is probably some
dogs,
pecking order business, because like you want to secure like a hot wolf pal.
Of course.
Yeah.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower has.
I don't exactly know like what it is that causes them initially to get like that. I feel like part of it is like when you introduce something that they can do, they can only do for a limited amount of time,
right?
And only under certain circumstances,
right?
Then
That's the
when
most important
that no
thing.
longer happens, they get super pissed off
Yeah,
about it.
they're like, hang on, I was allowed on the sofa every day for as long as I can remember, which is
my thing.
a day,
It was like,
admittedly. But now you're saying I can't go on the sofa because someone else is on? I don't think so. This is my spot. The other funny thing is I think she thinks, like, Mrs. F is 100% her favourite, 100%. If we're both on the sofa and I get up from my seat, she'll leap into my seat. Like, not when I'm looking. I'll turn my back to go to the fridge. I come back and she's in my seat. I'm like, move. Like, begrudgingly moves. It's like, you're not going to kick me out. Like, I'm sorry, but Mrs. F is not going to be like, well, it's you or the dog. And, you know, she sat on the sofa and you're not, so...
My dog was like that. He was very chill, like, didn't really care, but as he's gotten older, he's developed, like, his own spot. Fair enough, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
jeez. Been a dog your
he's
whole
going
life.
on, like, nearly 20 years old now, so...
He's 20?
20?
He's 19.
Fucking hell, what
insane.
mix
What
of
breed?
breeds is he?
He's so we got him from the shelter, so we're not 100% sure, but he's a rat terrier, mostly. And he's a hoblin. He gets around.
Bless him.
He's doing his best. He's missing most of his teeth.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
if
he's 20, like, just let him do whatever.
I mean, we just let it.
Just let him crack on.
To be, he like, I don't want to be rude to the elderly, but he does piss and shit and doesn't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just leaks out. I mean, fair enough, right? He's an old man.
A friend of mine had a dog like that. He was some kind of little, like Jack Russell kind of thing, but who then got quite fat. I'll be honest with you, this dog fucking stank. The whole house stank of old dog. It was a grim
Boomer's
time.
the same. He's a smelly dog.
They can't help it. He's fucking old. They're so old.
He does his best.
Yeah.
If he could still smell, I'm sure he wouldn't like it either.
I don't think they care. My dog
I don't know
smells my
if they
armpits
care. Yeah,
all
they'll
the time.
literally just like fucking like have a feast over it, like they're in shit or something like
Like,
that.
if I haven't had a shower that day and the dog can smell it, she's like, oh, fuck yes. She's like sniffing my armpits like, oh yeah.
That's why they're picking up bits of clothing. They're literally trying to find the smelliest item that smells of you. As smelly as possible, like they're having like a nice fine cheese.
It's a pog ult from Dave, but it's not going to be enough.
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix goes down. So does Ben.
MPR, VVV low, they do get him.
David's pogging off.
I don't know about that.
He's not on 2, Riley. What do you mean?
Jealous, Riley? Of this 0-0-2 scoreline? I think so.
He's got 7 last hits.
This has been a
minutes.
very sleepy game, guys. This is fucking...
It's got Dave in it, hasn't it? He's just like...
Soporific Dave.
Let's just take it easy. I've spoken to the other guys. We got an agreement. We're just gonna take it easy. Just chill. No need to get excited here, boys.
Fucking Dr. Hibbert, motherfucker. Hate him! Fucking cheerful, optimistic prick.
I don't know if he is that cheerful and optimistic. I think he's just like
it's very
indifferent.
It's very late where Dave is. Whenever we play with him, that's the other thing.
Well, not now.
I don't think it is.
It's always
very early.
It's always late for Dave. Whatever's going on with Dave, he hasn't slept for the last 24 hours.
That's true.
Like,
Do you play with Dave in the morning?
Yeah, and he's like, it's
3:30 here, but I can do one more.
Like, all right.
That is true.
Second item, Basher on Bloodseeker, no attack speed is an issue.
Bad. That's bad. And what else is bad? His set. His set's dog shit.
Not happy with it? Let's have a look at it. It's
It's
weird.
not a very good set.
Yeah, it's
That's
shit.
true.
That's shit. Good shout, Cock. Good spot.
Yeah.
Check out this Necro set.
I haven't heard you being called cock in a while.
I've tried to
Lumpo.
switched over to Lumpo. I set my like I had to give an email for like a service I was signing up for. I think I'll be honest with you.
Hot MILFs in your area related?
No, it was at the Canna Cabana, the loyalty program for the local weed store.
Interesting.
We don't have
I don't want to
those.
get.
If they would like to sponsor the stream, please contact.
Hey
Yeah,
guys, we're
like
sponsored by
Frank
the Canna Cabana something.
Yeah.
We all start sounding like Dave.
Maybe that's Dave's secret.
I gave them the fake name of Lumpo Bumpkiss.
And what did they say?
Did you?
They didn't say a thing.
Yeah, of course.
'Cause they're
They just
professionals.
thought. I mean, this guy's parents must have been real stoners, eh? Yeah, just name him Lompo, honey.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But Daddy Bumpkiss, we can't call our son Lumpo.
Mrs. Bumpkiss, would you like to hold your son? Lumpo?
Little Lumpo.
Lumpo.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Why is his hair so long and curly?
Big blink there from Stessie. Didn't fancy it.
He's gonna fancy it in a second.
Christ, this is dull!
No, he's not. He's
Yeah, there
oh.
it is. He was psyching himself up. They've got the Undying. They've used a bloody lot.
Paragoon had all spells and mech. None used.
Oh? Oh.
Centaur is a tough hero. Centaur is a tough hero. You know what would be a huge buff to Centaur? A faster hoof stop animation.
I mean,
so he's just like, ooh.
It's
Yeah,
way too slow.
It's so slow.
I think
the
it
ones
might be
that
slower than RP.
the ones that actual centaurs do, like the centaur creeps, are so much faster.
True. Why'd they make him the war runner?
Dire's middle tower is under
Just pick one of the blue lads.
Yeah.
It's weird that it's a stun that isn't even very good.
No, it's really not.
No, it's yeah. That's what I was saying. Like I blinked in and stunned them, and then did my double edge. And I was just
That's
sort of
it.
looking at the rest of the things in my inventory and my abilities, and I was like, this guy still has 80% of his health. What the fuck am I doing here?
top tower
It's
is
been
under attack. Radiant's bottom
12
tower
kills
is
in
under
24
attack.
minutes.
It's fucking abysmal. This might be one of the
Looks like
worst
a-
games we've ever
I'm
cast.
sorry for bringing you along for this one, Riley. At least we got
That's
to talk
okay.
about movies for a long time.
Yeah, I'm sticking by it. I do like Asteroid City, even though it's could be controversial. I don't like this video game though.
I felt that it was his worst film.
Radiant's bottom
That
tower
was how I
is
felt.
under attack.
Which is, you know, still better than most movies. Somebody asked in chat how I felt about Steve Carell's character. Again, another character that felt like there was some interest there, and they just sort of
Didn't-
stuck it in
yeah.
and then ignored it. It was, I thought it was interesting. All those vending machines, including the one selling real estate, and they dip in and out with these little.
Is cool.
I wouldn't have minded the little vignettes if we stayed with them a little longer. Like there were quite a few where I was like, this is actually really a highlight of the film, and it was like super short. And then we're on to something that I didn't want in the film, like all the backstage stuff where he's like, what is my character doing? It's like, this is too meta. It's not interesting.
And then Bryan Cranston's character that
Yeah.
didn't really need to be there at all. But I
completely
liked
pointless.
Because I liked it because it was pointless. It didn't make any sense. It was just there
But
to.
that's not good, cop. You can't judge something and say, I liked it because it was shit. That doesn't make sense.
One thing
I liked it
you want
because
to
it
know
was
about
so
Riley.
much.
What's your
different
favorite
than
movie,
everything
Riley?
else.
Remind
My
us
favorite-
what your favorite movie is.
Under Siege.
My favorite film of all time, it's got to be Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, I thought
you
were gonna
are
say
joking.
Paul.
It's. I do.
I
love
thought you were
Revenge
gonna
of the
say
Sith.
Paul Blart Mall Cop.
That's
too.
the movie I've seen the most, but it's not my
Okay.
favorite.
All right, well, I'm just ignoring all of your opinions.
I was gonna warn you, Ted, mate. Like he's
Love
got rails a
Revenge
little
of the
bit.
Sith. I have. That's fair enough. I think I still get to have a favorite movie.
Like
from
I
a fucking
think
lunatic.
like Riley values above all, just like insanity.
Something that's fun while high. That's it. That's his.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen
Not
Asteroid
necessarily.
City on weed? Whoa!
Whoa! I thought it was good. I thought it was kind of silly. Didn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, these
That's
are
fine.
all negative points, but sure. By the way, it didn't really make any sense and was kind of shit. It was my favorite part.
I
So
don't
the
think it has
plot
to
made
make sense.
absolutely no sense, and that was the best bit.
If they had cut out all the black and white sections where it's a play within a play and just made a regular movie, could have been decent. I'd say remove a quarter of the characters that were completely pointless. Explore the ones you've got that are actually interesting. Much better. Rushmore was amazing. I love that film. Very.
I don't know that one.
That was his, like one of his first. I think it might have been his first. Jason Schwartzman is a kid at a very fancy school. He got there on a scholarship. It's got Brian Cox in as the sort of principal or the dean. I want to say, God, I can never remember her name. Olivia something.
Dire's courier has been killed. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Bill Murray, and it's a. That's it. Really, really good film.
I'll have to give that one a.
Well, that's really, really, really good. Very funny. I liked Inception. Inception, I thought was really good. Just a bit it's up its own arse a bit, but for an action movie, I thought it was really enjoyable.
See, this is the kind of thing you'll make fun of me for, but I thought Inception would have been better if it had no, like, not as much action.
Less of the dream stuff. I mean, there really isn't that much action in Inception. I like the core idea. I thought the acting was good.
A bit more with it.
I thought it was decent.
The wall was pretty cool when they were like turning in the hallway. That was fair.
Dire's structures are fortified.
The part, it's alright. A bit long, but yeah, it's alright. So many films these days are 2.5 hours long. I was looking.
Yeah, they fucking all are. And actually, that's probably a little bit spoilers. Actually, maybe I won't say that. Never mind.
How long was, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was like a fucking 3-hour movie. I couldn't believe it. Just went on and on and on.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I've heard it. Heard it's long.
The recent Spider-Man was a bit long.
Very long. So the Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones movie, cost $300 million to make. $300 million. And apparently it's been a disappointing opening box office because it only took
Sorry,
up like...
you said Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, so then I corrected to Indiana Jones. The new Indiana Jones.
Gotcha.
$300 million to make. Took $160 million over its opening week at the box office or something in the States, and apparently this is like a disaster.
Yeah.
If you're trying to make a movie for $300 million, this better be one of the best movies ever made. Where is this money going?
You know where it all went? It all went to the CG to make 80-year-old Indiana Harrison Ford into like some action hero.
So silly.
The way they've plugged his face onto whatever stunt double is jumping out of planes, it looks bizarre. It looks absolutely atrocious at some points. It's just like an old man whose face is like weirdly stitched onto a young body.
Like, I didn't think it worked in The Irishman. I thought it looked ludicrous. I really thought that they look young. No, they don't. They look like old men with makeup on. They don't look young.
It looks so bad.
Like, his eyes didn't look right. It's like, to make him look young, his eyes were slightly bluer, and she looked like one of the fucking Fremen. It was really weird.
They're making a new Bird Box.
That scene where... Bird Box? Really?
Yeah.
Is that the one where you can't look outside? Or the...
Yeah.
It's called Bird Box Barcelona.
We're going to Barcelona! It's like The Simpsons. The Simpsons are going to Rio! Oh, Joaquin!
Oh! Get him! He's alive.
Quite the comeback from the lads here.
Well, now, Dave! Good old kablam. Look how
Oh,
fast
Epic
Joaquin
Doom in
is.
danger!
He's
That's
dead.
actually a big kill for Ben, and he gets out.
Oh, the charge
Whoa.
is too late.
Don't cancel it, Viddy. Oh, damn.
I don't know who was ruptured in that fight. Joaquin Phoenix has a tendency to rupture the nearest target even when they're on 10 health, so we'll see. Just rupture the PA. Just rupture the PA in these fights. I think that's the play.
I believe it was the AA. Again.
Again. Stop rupturing AA. Yeah, the Irishman where he beats someone up and he just looks like an old man picking up spilled apples. Like his grocery bag split and he's got to pick up all the fruit and veg. That's what the impression I got from Robert De Niro meant to be a young man fighting. It was utterly ludicrous.
Ashwin, a film I want to watch again, Mamma Mia 2. Do it again. We watched it in a hotel in Ireland, but we didn't have the sound on.
What
and
the
we
fuck is wrong with you?
We couldn't make
Well,
out...
we were in a pub, mate.
It's like a
yeah,
music.
It was like
a down-
it was like 11 a.m.
downstairs.
and they just on the TV. They just had what I didn't know at the time, but it was.
Riley said
Mamma
you
Mia,
watched
here
it in
we
a
go again.
hotel. That doesn't imply it was in the pub.
It was the lobby. It was the lobby.
Okay,
well,
that's
it's
different.
the
We were having
restaurant
breakfast.
lobby.
That's
yeah.
different.
I think it was
one of my
actually the
daughter's
night
favorite
before
movies.
that, but yeah.
One of my daughter's favorite movies.
Mamma Mia 2 or the first
It
one?
honestly looked like a good laugh, but most of it was just kind of trying to understand
Was really
what was
weird.
going on in the movie, because it is a movie that jumps back and forward in time a lot, and we were trying to
Hell of a
work out
lot.
which characters were meant to be what, because it's very confusing.
It is
Provided
a
you have no volume,
weird film.
it probably makes a bit of sense with the volume on.
Now, Meryl Streep, of course, was not in the film. Dave has been ruptured here, and he's
Why
Yeah.
does he keep rupturing Dave?
just the first target. Yeah, I don't know.
Joaquin is in trouble. That's a lovely centaur stomp on the back. Oh.
Tombstone's down.
Nice charge.
Kill the Necro.
They're going after the AA. They don't seem to realize.
Oh. What did do? Why did he wait so long?
Why did he run next to him?
It's so weird. They chased the AA instead of the high value mid.
There is only 1K between these teams.
Yeah, it's because nothing's happened, Cock.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
This is the most exciting it's been in half an hour.
Yeah, so in Mamma Mia 2, Meryl Streep is not in the film. Of course, she was the main character of
Did
Mamma
she
Mia
die in
1.
the first one?
She does die in the
He
first.
does actually die
She
in
dies.
the second one.
Yeah.
Which was not explained to us. And Amanda Seyfried just turns up, and I have no idea what she's meant to be. Like, at all. Apparently, she's...
the young Meryl Streep.
I see.
No, Amanda
sorry,
Seyfried
that's
is
the other
her
one.
daughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Lily James is her
It's a young
is
Meryl
her
Streep.
younger self. And they're both like kind of obviously they're different,
They
but
look-
like they're basically
they do
just like
look
the
similar.
same
They
same
look
character. And the time is jumping back and forward, and there's no real obvious like difference in how things look. Everything looks like it was shot in whatever time period the original one was shot. See, I didn't even know they were time traveling. I just thought there were two protagonists. Like just like chilling at the same time, and they were both looking for lads. I didn't really understand what was going on.
A film I
I'd
always
love to give
love,
that one
even though it's
another-
generic as fuck and kind of shit, is the A-Team movie. Good God. I don't want to talk about film with most of you lads. It's just really depressing at times. A-Team movie's good,
Revenge of the
mate.
Sith?
I think the prequel trilogy and the 3 movies they made afterwards, what is it called? The Force Awakens was not bad.
Yeah.
But all the other 2 were dreadful, and I thought the whole prequel, all of the prequels were fucking abominable.
All of them. Wow.
I do rate the meme potential of the prequels. On a pure
didn't
comedic basis.
Yeah, because they're so bad. It
Yeah,
would
no,
be funny.
you're absolutely right.
but they are not. It's not even funny bad. It's just this is painfully.
I think
awful.
you've got to like really not take it seriously to see the funniness. You've got to give up all hope that a good movie can be found.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it was because when they came out, I was so excited. And I was like, thank God they're making more Star Wars. And then the trailer was amazing for the first one, and then the film came out, and we were all just sat there in stunned silence at how dog shit it was. And then the next two were even worse, and I still went to see them thinking, hoping against hope that they would be good, and they just were not. It was really bad.
I think I think part of it comes from like the nostalgia. I was like 10 when
you guys were kids. But there were movies I watched as a kid, like the original Star Wars movies. They're not good. They're not good. It's not like you'd watch them and say,
Empire
man,
rules.
Empire's a decent movie. But it's also got a real lull in the middle, which is really fucking boring. And some really bad sequences in it. And a lot of the dialogue is so bad when you watch it now. The Star Wars
dialogue
movies,
really is
it
unimpressive. I watched it at Christmas last year. Oh my god. I was actually cringing listening to some of the stuff that's being said.
I love the behind the scenes ones where like every iconic line in Star Wars is like, did you know the Harrison Ford actually made up this line? He improvised it, and like all of the classic lines are like that because
the script
so
stinks.
Dog shit. It's just terrible.
I'm gonna bore you with the story of how the original Star Wars was meant to be, Cock. I think I talked about this last week, and I'm gonna do it because you seem intrigued.
I don't remember it. But...
Phoenix is dead, but
that's only the Aegis.
Oh, big AA ult.
Ruptured Zoe!
He's ruptured fucking PA! He's done it!
Oh my
god, that's Dave ult! Dave!
Jesus Christ, Dave!
It's a big ult, but it doesn't do much.
So the original Star Wars was not meant to open with one of the most iconic shots in cinema history, the Star Destroyer chasing the Corvette, right? It was meant to just be Luke and his mates on Tatooine.
Oh yes, I have.
You seen that vid?
I've seen this. Yeah,
it's a really good vid, and they were just gonna like be knobbing about on the planet. Here we are on Tatooine, and he had like some goofy nickname, and his mates are all called like Chet and Whipples and shit like that. and then he was meant to be like, he was
in trouble.
I'm gonna be a great pilot one day. They're like, nah, that'll never happen.
Oh, what a snipe!
That was some snipe. I think that might get Joaquin Phoenix. He's popping very low. Threshold.
Right. Just about.
Oh dear.
Oh, but they find him with Dave! Dave!
Still only a 2k lead. So, and it was literally meant to be like half an hour of Luke knobbing about with land speeders on the fucking surface of Tatooine being a teenager. And then everything happens, which sucks all of the drama out of the film.
So bad.
And the editors were like, George, we think you should open with this incredible dramatic shot you've got, because then people will be fascinated, and it immediately sets the tone of Empire bad, other guys good, because they clearly look like a big bully. Perfect. He was like, no, I guess. But he'd made American Graffiti was the other movie he'd made, which was just about kids in the 50s riding their cars up and down a strip in like wherever they were, fucking somewhere in California. Clearly just literally semi-autobiographical or something. Anything else he's made, everyone's like, oh, he's a great world builder. No, he's not.
He's really not.
He's fucking world building. You've got to do some writing for that. He can't do that. He's awful. He can't write. He can't direct. What's he fucking good for? Get him out my movies.
He has great initial ideas, like Indiana Jones. The first one is awesome. I really like the first Star Wars, the way it turned out. But I think it was more that the other people doing, like producing it, like Steven Spielberg and all the editors.
Yeah.
Were like, hey George, this is great, but
You need to fix this shit. Get some smart people to fix it for you, George. Like Empire was directed by, I think, who was it?
It was just some guy, wasn't it?
No, it was like Ivan something.
He was British, I'm pretty sure. That's the only thing I remember.
Directed by Ivan Kirshner, and he did a brilliant job. Like he really was. It was amazing. Like it was very, very good. After that, he did Never Say Never Again, which was terrible, and RoboCop 2, which was also terrible. But he was still able to direct Empire Strikes Back, so fair play. Yeah, he's a producer. He should just be the big picture guy. I want spaceships. And they're like, yes, Mr. Lucas, and then someone smart comes up with all the designs. He didn't design the Stormtroopers or any of that shit. He didn't design the X-Wing, none of it. None of it is him.
Well, I think this game might go on forever.
Yeah, it's really fucking...
We were locked in to a pre-11 finish, and look what's happened.
I know.
You know what's more embarrassing is that the people playing these games, they don't realize that it's like not a good game of Dota.
No, yeah, I do think that. They come out and they're like, "Oh man, what a game!"
Oh, I played so like what? How did I play? I was like, I didn't know you.
Sorry, we fell asleep after 5
I
minutes.
wasn't paying attention.
I actually fell asleep during game 2.
Did you really?
Yeah, I dozed off for like 5 minutes. I woke up with like my mouth super dry, like fucking drowsy as hell.
Midichlorians was originally in the Star Wars script, really?
The original one. God, that got cut. That was the worst part of it.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, the Force is it's just little bugs in your blood called midichlorians, and you've got a lot, so you're special. That's it. Well, can we suck them out and stick them in someone else? No. They're magical. Okay. Woo! So he gets a bash there. It's all over for Spirit Breakeroo. This is an absolute nail biter. Are you guys on the edge of your seat? I am. By the way, Spirit Breaker level 25, highest level on his team.
He's level 25.
Yeah, because he's actually hitting creeps. Oh. He charges bot, gets a wave. Look at this. Bronk money. He's fucking huge.
He is enormous. He can solo carry this game.
But he is still behind the PA in net worth. But
he's got 2 sets of boots, which is not unusual.
That's not unusual on Spirit Breaker.
But it is maybe not the best.
Still looks comical.
He's gonna need to replace one at some point. He needs to get like a BKB.
Get rid of the phase boots. Get a BKB. I mean, actually, he could just get rid of this fucking healing Lotus. Look at this magic stick. The lads never sell shit.
Level 1 healing Lotus as well.
They never sell shit. Sell your fucking stick, my dude. It's a stick. Who gives a shit? They're gonna back up. Let's take it careful here because this really matters.
Wow, PA is fucked. My God.
She's big.
Yeah,
she's big.
It's all the. I mean, Christ, thank God, because it's not like anything else has happened in this game. You better be farmed.
If PA had
underfarmed in
this game. Had Battle Fury, Deso 0 charges and treads at 45 minutes, I'm actually going home. Like, I'm gonna go to bed. That's it. Good night. Should we smoke? Should we smoke?
Here we go. Look at how fit. Oh no. Little Viddy's so fast.
He's very fast.
Oh!
That's big!
Stun! A stun. Who's he gonna rupture? No one yet.
Don't rupture AA! Do not rupture AA! Rupture Necro.
He's put to sleep before he could. He's gonna rupture the big centaur.
There it is. There's a rupture. Oh!
Jesus Christ!
They banned 2 of Dave's best heroes, and he still comes out with this.
This is one of his better heroes.
What a hero pool. So he's fucking up Joaquin Phoenix on the back lines. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is not a good name. It's got a so he tried to go through the portal.
Well, how is he hiding here? He's actually hiding, what? Dave! You've got Atos, you utter gaboon!
Why are we watching this game?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just oh, forgot about the Atos.
Must have had it for half an hour. Unless he just got it.
I mean, I think that is one of the central differences between a good Dota player and a bad Dota player. Good Dota players remember the items they buy.
Yeah.
It's happened to me a lot.
I mean, I did that
forget.
this morning. I forgot I had
You forget
a fairy
sometimes.
fire. Or not a fairy fire, a lotus that would have saved my life. But apparently someone had stuck it in my backpack without telling me, because, you know.
Well, that's fair enough.
Silent
but if you
Goon.
buy
Yeah.
an 8 toss...
Yeah, well, if you buy a Glimmer... I was playing with fucking Frogger the other day. I was getting gone on. He has a Glimmer and a Force. He could do any of the things, and I would be fine.
Nope.
Instead, he cookies himself in and also dies.
Yep. The lads.
Little Viddy?
Stessy was gonna stun! What was he gonna stun? He was like 10 miles from anybody. There's a Gido right there. God, this is so fucking bad! This is like 10 passive bots battling it out. We're gonna be here all fucking year, I swear to God.
This is just
What's
OpenAI,
going
like,
on?
edition 1.
This is my nightmare. This is my nightmare. A Goon game, very even, at 47 minutes, 19 to 16, and just nothing happening. I'm not kidding, but he had so much time to TP out there.
Did he have a TP?
Yes, he's got 4 TPs! Why didn't he just TP out, brother? Jesus Christ.
We're gonna do a Roche. Hold up.
Hold up.
That's not in the spirit of Goon Dotes.
Is this first Roche? It's second
No,
Roche.
it's second Roche.
He has 4 TPs.
Dave has had some good last few fights, but I feel like he needs some more oomph.
His team is lacking damage if the PA doesn't get on top of someone.
Get a refresher, mate. Get a goddamn refresher.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You're going on Zoe.
Middle tower has fallen.
Kablam!
Quick, I've caught them! Run away! We're team.
Just use your spell. He's got charge up again, though. He's got his Octarine now.
That is a ruptured PA. Pops BKB. What can Dave do? That's Aegis. Instantly lost. A blast catches 2. Oh, that's a big timber chain. Big charge as well. Holy shit.
Zoe's dead.
Oh, the sleep. Zoe's in big trouble. Titan doing work. What can they do to Ben? Another big charge. He's gone straight through. On top of Centaur here. They're going to lose 4.
Those are the charges you love when you can get the stun on one guy and then also stop the other guy.
Absolutely. The charge through. The
He's just
en
got so much
passant
money
of
at this
charging.
point.
The en passant, yes.
Is that how it works?
That's what you do. When you charge through the enemy to get to the guy at the back. That's the en passant. Yep, this Spirit Breaker is a big problem. He gets a BKB instead of the axe. They're going to have to back it up, which is great. They're going to go, let's go push mid out, guys. Go push mid out. They're down.
God, kill me. This is why Plague didn't turn up.
Yeah.
You knew this was going to happen.
Plague looked into his
He has a
very
knack for this.
expensive crystal ball.
Look at Ridicus going to get some more farm.
Look at this.
His Chinese Ming crystal ball.
It's crystal ball made of gold and crystal.
Yeah. Do you
Major.
reckon he's got a personal, like,
Tarot
I
reader.
don't even know what they're called. Seer.
Seer.
Personal
He's got
seer.
a seer.
Major, Pater, fetch my soothsayer.
I do not recommend you do the in-houses on this night.
You know,
Game 3 shall be shite.
Shall go on for 10 years. I'm going to be busy tonight. What a dodge. Honestly, I'm very jealous. Do you know the weird thing that Dota used to do that they kind of decided not to do anymore, I think? You used to just not be able to do certain things on certain heroes. The item is the same, nothing else changes, but they just said no. There's a hard rule, you can't do X. One of them was
Like
you can't
Dash
get
and
blink
Void?
on you can't get
Pudge.
blink on Pudge. You just couldn't get blink on Pudge. If you did, it wouldn't do anything. Just hard code it in. So Octarine on Spirit Breaker is clearly silly. Alright, Spirit Breaker Octarine doesn't work on him. Simple. And then you don't have to fucking reinvent the hero or the item. But I think they decided that's bad game design. But the problem is...
I think it is. If it feels like, you know, when you're trying to debug code and you just like make a really dog shit temporary fix just to see what's going on.
To go past the code that's not working. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Right, but the thing is, if the game is this complicated, I don't think it is bad game design. I think it's sometimes you just have to accept that you can't do what you wanted to do.
I think it is.
He's in there. He's in there.
That's my shackle.
He is in. Now, if you go on Epic Doom, you have to continue going on Epic Doom, or they're just gonna kill you.
Yep.
Like you can't stop and then go for
Shovel
the
Ben.
Ben is.
Ben's down. I mean,
dead.
Vinicus is just so farmed.
Yeah, this dude is enormous.
That's 2 diebacks, I believe.
Okay, they could end here.
Grab ally.
Grab ally.
Why'd you stop, Vinicus?
He thought I know why he
Why
stopped. He
are we
thought
being
he'd hit him.
cowards?
What, because
Why
Gino
are we
got
being
forced up?
cowards?
Oh, Ben go push button, lads. I don't want to take any chances here. Better be careful.
This happens a lot on Spirit Breaker. You think you've hit the guy, and then you right click on him, but of course you haven't hit them, and it stops and makes you walk.
Oh, I see.
It's
just wait for the noise.
Just wait. You just be patient. It's happened to me a lot.
Aeon disc popped. Joaquin! Vous avez le rupture!
Dyer's middle barracks is falling. Dyer's middle barracks is falling.
Yes, Dave!
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
It's almost over.
Oh!
That's a big catch.
That's a big kill.
This could be if
this disarm is really punishing on
dead.
Zoe. Oh!
Oh!
I take it back.
Oh, Vinicus stopped his charge.
Why did you stop the charge?
They really need a Yules. This is the only way to kill this guy.
He's away.
Oh my god, he's off.
Oh no! Well, they do get a free kill on Paragoon.
Or do they?
Lotus yourself. Use anything, Paragoon. Anything.
He's dead. And the game goes on.
Job, Alistair.
Bobskni just Zubed for
Thank God.
88 months.
I didn't want this to end.
Dota game.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Ah! Good luck catching this lad. Thank you, Bob. 88 months. Although Bob has been here much longer than that, I feel.
Boss gun.
Yeah, Bob was probably quite poor for some region of that.
Well, he was only 12 or whatever he was when he started watching.
Yeah.
I've only got me pocket money, Flax, and I've got to pay the dandy and 10p's worth of licorice. And a couple of bottles of Broon.
I reckon, being from Sunderland, he was probably buying cigarettes at that age.
Buy a packet of snorks, or whatever they call them up there. Snorks or...
Snorks.
Chunts. I get us 10 chunts and a packet of snorks.
Oh dear.
Over here we call them darts. It's a fun one. Puffin darts.
PA needs rapier.
Vinicus is taking racks.
Dyer's structures are
Oh, don't leave. Vinicus, don't leave.
Dyer's top barracks are under attack.
The fort runs out, Viddy.
If he had a BKB...
Why is he so scared? He is so strong. It's impossible for him to die in most scenarios.
Yeah, he had his status resistance.
Uh-oh.
Look at him go. They cannot kill him. I would be fucking...
He's almost level 30.
He's only 4 and 3. That's how slow this game has been. This lad is unbelievably farmed. Probably unkillable, and he's still only 4 and 3. This might be the low point of the in-houses.
No, you say that every week. I mean, come on. We've seen worse.
No,
games,
this is not just incompetence. This is just an hour of basically not much happening.
That's happened before, though.
It's been an hour. Jesus.
That's been an hour.
I can imagine
Sounds
that
like
toot is slang for cocaina, Bob, or yayo. The devil's marching powder.
It was just a penis.
Could I get some toot, please? And he whips out his Johnny. Have a look at that. It's a fine cock. You're coming with me, you nicked like. Ach, no, like.
Jesus.
Divin Nickers. Let us get him. There is a gentleman's agreement that you must make game 3 as long as possible. Ugh.
I wish you wouldn't. Bastards agreement. You must make it longer. Who said that? Who said that in
Grumpy
chat?
turd.
Moron.
Moron. Fucking moron.
Yes, Riley.
Fucking get at him, son.
You said what we were all thinking.
You have the support of the streamer and one of his closest compadres in this matter.
Yeah. You know what, Grumpy Nerd? You made fun of my shoes a few weeks ago. You can go fuck yourself. How's that?
Yeah.
He made fun of your shoes?
Yeah, I got a pair of new shoes. I put them in the Discord.
There were some pretty neat kicks.
Thank you, Ashwin. Grumpy Nerd, I don't remember the exact verbiage, but
Well,
I think he
just
basically
said they were like granny shoes.
I think he said they were
Your fucking shoes look like granny shoes.
To be fair, I shit talk Grumpy like on the daily, so I get it can be.
Epic Doom is done for.
Yeah. You got to take it out on someone, and I reckon Riley, you're just there. You saw some shoes.
My
you just
God.
took to a dodge.
I can't tell who's winning this fight, but it's close. Looks like Dyer.
Oh my God, Dyer have won this fight. Are you serious? This game is gonna go on?
They killed Vidicus. I don't even know how.
Well, because he doesn't have a fucking BKB.
He did
He's
not
got every
need
item
this. He
the
did
one he
not
needs.
need this Silver Edge. He really did not need this Silver Edge. He's now getting a fucking Moonshard. Please, brother, sell the stick and get look. This great healing lotus is never getting used ever. I'm going to call it right now. It's going to be in his inventory till the end of the game.
The Plague 34 is now playing Dota 2. Oh no.
He's back from his birthday.
It must have been a hell of an evening.
Hello, chaps.
What is it, 11 o'clock? Yes, I've got to go home and play some video games. Bring me the late night Simnel cake, laced with rum.
My God, there's no buyback on two of them, so they could get some material damage here.
Plague, we've been fucking going ham on you tonight, son.
Yeah.
No mercy.
Okay, I'm not proud. Not proud of what we said.
We love it. What are you talking about? You were laughing your head off. Ashley was like, ha ha ha! Yeah!
I was really enjoying it.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? I remember the seer conversation.
Yeah.
Major,
Pater, fetch my soothsayer.
It's the only one I laughed at.
There was another one, surely. What were we talking about?
What was the other plaguism? It's his birthday. Happy birthday, knobhead.
Anyone remember? Someone might.
Tier 6 items.
Was it that he had like a gold encrusted crystal button? No, that was the.
That was the same one.
Soothsayer, yeah. I don't know. Was it? I was probably not here for it.
Oh yeah, you probably wouldn't have been. I'm sure I remember.
Eri, what was the other thing we said about Plague? Not thank you, Ted. Alright, well, fuck you, mate. Not thank you for whiffing the in-houses again. Can't make a team. Have to meet with Butlers
Grumpy
Association.
Nerd has undoubled down. I don't respect that. Boo!
I was only joking. Your shoes are very cool. I am just really insecure about my footwear. See, that's just a fib. That's just a fib.
It's just lies to get the feds off his back.
The feds.
I might forgive him if I actually spoke to Grumpy Nerd. I don't think I've played a game with him in years.
I'm just going to
Or ever,
follow
maybe.
Vidicus and wait until something interesting happens.
Sure.
Spiritbreaker, by the way, still has a tier 3 item. It's an elven tunic.
It's for
Really is
movement
doing a
speed.
lot of things right, by which I mean he's just running across the map getting farm, but not much else. Is he going to pick up this experience? This is a test of, is he paying attention at all?
Well, he's level 30, so I think he's
Yeah.
inviting someone else to come and get
Oh
it.
no,
I
he's
would
got a
hope so.
giant ring.
Okay. Oh,
Here we
that's
go.
nice.
This is going to be really
Look
interesting.
how big
for
he
him.
is.
Oh, there it is.
Doesn't really affect him a huge amount because he can already move through terrain. But
Yes, but
Yeah.
now he can move over them.
He's
and
actually the
damage
size
them.
of like a fucking London
He is.
bus. At this
He's
point.
big.
He's
He's
as tall
big.
as the trees.
all right, what do we got? Bloodseeker has Fallen Sky. Got Giant's Ring on Undying. We've got a tier 5 token on NPR. He's still thinking. Please end the game with just a tier 5 token. That would be magic. Oh, he's gonna get fucking murdered here.
Unlucky Dave.
Aeon Disc has popped. And
Oh my
he's
God,
dead.
they're gonna get him. That's a dieback.
That is a dieback.
They could just finish them off right now. Where's Vidicus? Still farming. Still farming. He's gonna get a moonshot. This is what I don't understand. Luke did this the other day as well. In every fight, what happened? The one thing that stopped him was getting silenced or getting stomped or
Yeah.
getting AA.
Oh,
or
God.
Any of the
was in
many
this-
interruptions.
no lights are going
Confused.
off in the goons' brains. They're like, oh, I guess I got unlucky.
I need a moon
No.
shard.
It's very simple to identify what's causing you problems in the game. It's like so easy. You probably even said it during the game, like, oh man, if I didn't get stunned.
Necro Mirror Shield, he can't be charged anymore. PA Apex.
Well, he will charge Spirit Break.
AA Force Boots.
Look at Vidicus, he's just gonna get stunned and shit.
Centaur has Giant's Ring. Elder Titan has Giant. We got
no-
4 or 5 Giant Rings in the game.
Holy shit, Undying is so big.
He's enormous!
Look at this
The size of Elder Titan, but look at the size of Undying!
Oh my god.
Look
There's
at
a
his
lot of
sad
big-
little face when he's asleep. Roar!
I thought AA
Holy
had one
shit.
as well, but no, AA is just a huge character model.
It's Robert Wadlow. He's here. In the flesh.
Look at him go.
God, even in his basic form.
They can't do anything against this. They're gonna win
Oh,
this
he
game
ruptured
without a fight.
himself. He ruptured himself.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Okay.
Bonk.
They're going to end this
bonk,
accursed
bonk,
game.
bonk.
Do they not have fort? They don't have fort? The game should be done. Where's Vidicus?
There he
He's not
is.
doing anything.
GG.
Honestly,
Oh man, I'm really conflicted about Vidicus.
I've never
All he
seen
did was just hit creeps.
a bigger waste of farm than this Spirit Breaker. I just don't understand it. How were they not defending at the end there? He's basically unkillable. He must have buyback. What's he doing? What's he doing?
Well, I think they were just kind of ignoring it while he was not
no, but they
going in,
didn't.
but
Like they didn't
he was
attempt to
just standing
defend the
on the side.
ancient. What was going on? Fuck off. An hour and 4 minutes for that shit. Dog shit. One of the worst games I've ever seen. Absolutely abysmal. Oh, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me this week. Cock for stepping in, Airy for
was
stepping in
fun.
earlier. Happy birthday to Plague, the Abandoner,
Birthday Plague.
for leaving
Yeah,
us to
birthday.
this dog shit. And thank you, quote unquote, to everyone that took part. What a game. All right, lads.
What a game.
I'll see you during the week. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Peace.
out.
Fuck me rigid. That was dreadful. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.